I wanted to
Not
mention a
excited
lot
for
of the
this.
new stealth cards that are coming out. When
Which
they
ones?
banish their target, the
New-
new stealth cards.
Yeah, but are they
just
news stealth cards or are they new stealth
new
cards? New
both.
stealth cards? Is that what you were talking about, Cliff? I just wanted to clarify, just to make sure.
Tardius Maximus. They're both.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 40 of Big Deck Energy. My name is Tyler Barrett. I'm one of your hosts. Joined with me today is, well, I should say tonight. We're recording pretty late. We have Josh to my left, Bailey and Cliff as well. What's up, fellas?
Howdy, howdy.
Howdy.
So a lot of howdies there, but today we're gonna do a little bit of a deep dive on Mr. Tecklo. I'm not going to talk your guys' ear off too much about that, but we are going to have a little segment on him. We're definitely going to go over some of these spoilers. A lot of interesting cards. We've got most of the set revealed, I think, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So yeah, we'll dive into those. I don't think we'll go card for card. I think we agreed against that, right, boys?
Yes.
Yeah.
But we'll definitely read some of these notable ones. And got some listener questions at the end too. So, yeah, why don't we just jump right into this, boys? All right. So, with this Tecklo deep dive, I would like to just go over maybe the deck list first, and then we can talk about the sideboard and some of the matchups as well. I want to get this link out there too. Maybe just have you put it in the show notes, Josh.
Yes,
Is that cool?
will do.
So you guys can click on it, and all the matchups will be right there loaded up for you. Yeah, let's do this. So for the Armor Suite, we have all Cogworks set, all simply because they don't have a block value. So you can't get boned by T-Bone.
Yes.
I did run the Blade Break ones at first, just testing, and quickly learned that you kind of can't just, I think literally just for T-Bone. Might be the only card that can hose you turn 0 with the blockable base sets. So we just run Cogworks. We never activate them. They just don't ever get activated in the game. I also like the way they look. I think there's another set that doesn't block that you can play. Really doesn't matter there.
Yeah, the proto.
Yeah.
They're ugly.
Yeah, they are a bit ugly. These ones are gold and they're kind of cool. And then I think we talked about it last week, Josh. I cut the pistol,
Yep, completely.
Tecklo pistol with the chamber, so I'm just running Leveler. Leveler is a great weapon, not at first by any means. When you have one Evo, it's a 3-pitch attack for 2, so not good rate at all. But by the end of the game, when you have your 4 Evos, it becomes a 1-cost 3 attack go again, which is,
Way better.
well, it's like, I think the best.
On-rate weapon.
Yeah. I mean, it's like Searing Ember Blade, but, better with the 1 cost less and stuff. So yeah, Leveler's great. Actually really love this card. You don't really attack with it until endgame. But yeah, let's go through the list. I have a core of 48 cards here that I bring into everything. The sideboard's pretty expansive in this deck. I like to have different sideboard plans for most matchups. So we'll start with the reds that come into against everything. We have 3 Annihilator engines, 2 Fabricates, 1 Singularity. Gotta have that. 3 Terminator tanks and 3 War Machines. So we play the full suite of tanks. I have kind of played with the numbers here and there, cutting some of the Annihilator engines. At one point, I cut all of the Annihilator engines, and I think that was a little too much.
Obsessive.
Well, yeah, like Annihilator's good into some decks, but it's the tank that you usually see that you're like, fuck. If this was any of the other ones, it'd be good. But usually just use it for damage because the on hit is mostly irrelevant into some matchups.
Still the 9 overpower is just
exactly. When you can get above, so it's so above rate that like you get into these play patterns with the deck where you're blocking with most of your hand and then saving a blue and a tank to hit for 9 overpower with a crazy on hit. So you're kind of, blocking for 9, attacking for 9 with an arsenal.
Yep.
But moving on to some of the blues, so that's all the reds. We have the full suite of
no red evos at all.
Oh, right. Oh, there's another red card I maybe should touch on. I see most, if not all, Tecklo decks running.
I thought you were on the, I forget what they're called, but the like temper red evos.
I was. Yeah, I guess I can touch on that a little bit. I first built the deck as kind of a fatigue deck, playing more than 60 cards into everything and like multiple remembrance and like the red evos. And it kind of just like hit me one day when I transformed into Singularity. I was playing a game of Talishar and I managed to get all 4 of the blue ones in that game. And I was like, holy shit. I was like, wait, what? This turn is like insane when you have all the blues. Yep. So I kind of came to the conclusion of like, well, what happens if I just like only play the blues and streamline the deck down to 60 cards and kind of make it not a fatigue deck really. So that's what I did. I cut the reds. I started there. I just cut all the red evos and tried to run 60 cards into every deck. I think the only deck I don't run 60 into is Arachne. I think I'm at like 66 or 67 into Arachne. But yeah, so I mean, honestly, I think I was winning at a 30 to 40% rate with the deck with the red evos, and instantly I was noticing the deck became better. I think that was the main issue with anyone if they were like trying to build this deck and they start with those reds. I do want to shout out to one of our locals, Cole. He mentioned maybe playing just the one red headpiece, so you can like trigger the extra intellect just one time in a game.
Yeah,
which is it's pretty sneaky.
It is.
If you can cover that up with another blue somehow, like that'd be cool. I don't know if you like have the window sometimes to play like multiple pieces on top of each other in the same slot, but it does feel like you're kind of your back's against the wall in a lot of games. You have to make up for the weak start because you start the weakest, and that's guaranteed in every match. You start weaker than your opponent in every single game, and it's all about building up to that strength of or potential of the deck.
Would you say this is like a very unconventional like fab deck? You start weak,
100%. So one of the things that really like lead me to this deck is like, oh wow, this is just the total opposite.
Because you typically just start at your strongest, and then get weaker over time.
Yep. And you really see the deck as like, I was kind of telling Bailey before we started, like, the game really starts for you when you hit your 4th Evo.
Yep.
It feels like it, at least. Like you did all the work to get to that 4th one, and it all kind of depends on how much life you have when you hit that 4th. Like the deck kind of offers this pitch stack avenue as well, where you're caught in the cycle of pitching, or you care about the 4 costs. All your evos are 4 costs. So when you see your tanks early and you're playing your evos, you want to try to pitch them plus a blue to the bottom for late game. And it just always tends to work out really well. So the deck is good at pitch stacking. Like I was kind of telling you, Bailey, it does play a bit like Icelander. I feel like you're just blocking a lot, and I mean you can play instants and stuff on their turn. It's not necessarily disruptive, but playing the evos at instant speed it's nice because you're kind of working towards your end goal while also like mitigating some damage and stuff. So it sucks when you have to play them from hand. If you can get them in Arsenal or in the Banish, it's great. But yeah, let's move on from the evos. I run all 3 copies of each piece. Then we got next in line, we have, Hold the Line. I mean, I was off that card, I told you guys, but it's too good right now. I think most decks are running Hold the Lines just for the KO matchup alone.
Yep.
A lot of blue block 5s. You guys notice that? Especially with some of these reveals, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like the game is giving us like these conditional blue block 5s, and it all kind of started with Hold the Line. And yeah, I mean,
I'm okay with it.
It's good.
yeah, it feels good. I mean, I'll just go on to my next blue block 5. I have Steel Street Enforcement. I mean, this card is incredible. Blocks for 1. Again, like if you see this early, you just pitch it. You pitch stack this till your late game to, essentially guarantee you're going to draw it when you have Evos established. So you're blocking an extra 1 defense for each Evo you have with it, so you can get up to a blue block 5 with this as well. It's great against KO where you can like line up a Hold the Line and a Steel Street at the end of the game. So you're like, it's like a 2-card block 10. Like, it's pretty crazy the amount of blocking ability this deck gives you. And not many decks are doing that right now, I think, which is like, it's just a great spot to be, I think, to be doing things that other decks aren't or maybe seen as unfamiliar. There's a lot of times this season where I would be transforming and showing my opponent for the first time like what Singularity actually does.
Yep.
That's always fun. But next we have
blows people's mind.
yeah, I know, dude. When I blocked with him the one time at the last, or no, it was the one before the last PQ. My opponent like, he blocks too. It's just like his reaction, and it was all in good fun. But I just like started dying. It was because like it was just adding such insult to injury at that point, But yeah, so you have the 3 Junkyard Dog Blues, 3 Liquid Cool Mayhem, 3 Mechanical Strength, and 3 Meganetic Protocol. Those are all kind of just your blue attacks that have some utility. The Junkyards can scrap. That's great when you're forced to block with your Evos. And Liquid Cool Mayhem is a 0 attack or it's like a Scar for Scar at the end of the game. When you transform, this becomes a 0 cost 4 attack with Go again because of Tecklo. So this is great to pitch stack as well. It's a break point at the end of the game almost always. It's really annoying for your opponents to see when you're attacking with tanks as well. You just jab them with a little 4 Go again. They're like, huh? It's great. Love it.
For 0?
Yeah, it's great. I love this card. Also, Mechanical Strength is just Bailey, this is kind of what I'm talking about with like the Icelander playstyle. Like this is just a 3 cost attack for 7 at the end of the game. That's a blue. So, I mean, if anything was a Icelander card, it's a blue attack for 7 that blocks for 3.
God, I wonder what that would be.
Well, it's good. The card's called Mechanical Strength. Well, no, I'm alluding to fighting spirit.
Yeah.
This is the deck's fighting spirit right here. So you just have to like only play it at the end of the game. And then Meganetic's great into decks that care about their armor that you can pop. Also great into the mirror. You have to really be careful in the mirror with the Meganetics. And then we have 3 Rippleaways. This just comes in against everything. It's a blue block 3. You can swing Leveler and attack for 4 with it to give you the 2-card 7, and it just has utility into some things, but this is just generally blocked with. I use this card to block or pitch a lot. And then coming back to this card, this last blue set of blues is Scrap Compactor. I forgot to talk about the other one. A lot of decks are playing Scrap Trader. You guys know that card?
Yes.
It's the red.
It like double scraps.
Yep. You scrap 2 or up to 2, and then you gain resources equal, was it like 2 each for each one?
You
So
were very low on that card at the beginning, weren't you?
Well, yeah, and I have tested with it, and I've tried it. The ceiling on that card is incredibly high. You have the potential to like scrap 2 Evos, and if you save a blue with it, you get to pitch to Tecklo, you scrap the 2 Evos, you gain the 4, and then you just like play 1 for free, and you still have 1 to play like later.
Yep.
So it's a great card at its ceiling. Most of the time, though, you just end up like scrapping 1 card with it, and then you don't even really get to play the card because you were not able to save the resources to make up for not scrapping the second one. And like at that point, I'm like, well, this is just a red block 2 that has this really low floor. And Scrap Compactor blue, it's just a 0 cost 1 attack that has scrap and blocks for 3.
So
it does a lot of what Scrap Trader does. It just is more efficient, I think, in that it's a blue and a block 3. I think the blue part of it and then blocking that extra 1 damage, it just makes up for like maybe that little bit of extra, ceiling you get with Scrap Trader. So I actually don't even play Scrap Trader. I think that card is kind of bad, to be honest with you. I know a lot of people are high on that card, and I get it. It's good. I'm not saying it's a bad card. I think just the way I like to play with, being efficient and playing an Icelander deck.
Yeah.
Right, Bailey?
Yeah.
I'm going to keep saying that until you come play Tecklo.
You honestly might get me.
I mean, I hope. The deck is fun. I want people to experience this deck because, like Josh said, like it's doing shit that you just are not seeing in the game.
No, not at all.
So that's the 48 card core. That comes into everything. We can go into the sideboard now. Let's see. This card here, I have 2 Amnesias in the sideboard. I just added this card. It just is theoretically good into Katsu, right? And Katsu, I lost against 3 Katsus this season. So I'm 0-3 against Katsu. It's one of the deck's worst matchups, I think. You can beat Katsu. It's not like an auto loss or anything. You just kind of have to have your Evos line up, and you can definitely block most of what they're doing. It's just that one time that they get their combo turn is usually enough for them to swing the tides.
I feel like once you get your Evos established like early enough and you take hold of the game early enough,
you have to really turbo turn your tanks on.
Yeah.
Like once your tanks are turned on, you can disrupt them. Is kind of the way you beat Katsu.
Yep.
So I also have.
I mean, just like Tecklo's attack ability on his.
Oh yeah, if you ever get
once
to
you
transform,
singularity.
honestly, you transform against any deck, the game's pretty much in the bag.
Yeah.
I've lost a few games after transforming, and it's just because my life has been too low, and then you run into like drawing three cards after that big 5 card turn, and if you don't pitch stack correctly, you just run into shitty blues, and then you die like on the spot.
Yeah.
But so we have 2 Amnesia and 2 CNCs. Those come in against Katsu just for disruption. The CNCs come in against Azaleas, and it's an extra popper for Prism. CNC is just too good not to run, I think. You got to have some number of them, I think, nowadays. I actually don't play it against, like, Guardians because you just don't know if they're on, like, heavy D-React or not, So that's kind of just a small utility, but it comes in against multiple things, so I like CNC. And then the Amnesias, again, they're untested, but I need to have a little insurance against Katsu. I'm sick and tired of losing against Katsu. Fi and Katsu, the 2 ninjas, are probably your worst matchup, I think, outside of Kano. But we'll save that segue for later. And then we have a huge D-React package. We actually play, what is it? 14 D-Reacts? 14 D-Reacts.
Oh, holy shit.
Yeah. And so we have 3 Fate Foreseens, 3 Sink Blows. Those come in against mostly everything. There are obviously decks you do not run them in. But most of the time you're bringing those 6 D-Reacts in. That's just kind of where you're starting. I have been turned on to Blue Unmovables. That's the next one. I actually love this card. Really, really coming around to Blue Unmovables. I think it solves the KO issue of my Pursuit of Knowledge. I think I told you about that story, Josh, where my Pursuit of Knowledge is really just cost me in one of the games against Rothermel, and I was just like, man, I have to switch this. And let me tell you, this Blue Unmovable, it was good. And I was able to keep the pursuits in as well for Prism.
You were on quite a bit of red unmovables, right? You used to run all 3 red unmovables. Did you cut back at all?
So I'm at 2 reds and 3 blues for the unmovables. I like those against Azalea, obviously. Azalea is another kind of tough matchup. Like that one is kind of hit or miss where, if they...
Would you say it's 50-50 or
No, I think I'm
60-40?
unfavored. No, I'm definitely unfavored. Yeah, it's something like that. Maybe even like 30-70. Like you'd think because of the armor, you can get around dominate and stuff, and you can. You just have to... If they're firing hot, it's hard to stop Azalea.
Yeah.
Like playing the Evos at instant speed and going down like those extra block card, like those 2 cards you pitch usually are like... It can cost you sometimes. You're just leaking too much damage.
And it's not even like when Azalea misses, it's not like you're really capitalizing early in the game.
No, yeah.
You're kind of just like still sitting there dead in the water.
My turns are very middling at the beginning of the game. So a lot of times when decks like stumble and I have like a full card or a full 4-card hand, I might just play an Evo or something, and that was like a good turn for me. So I'm not really attacking until later in the game. But yeah, when you hit that fourth one, like I said, the game turns on, and now you're cooking. But so after that, we have the 3 That All You Gots. I don't know if you guys remember early on, there was a Tecklo list at top 4 in one of the kind of like local tournaments. I think one of the, what was it, West Coast, or I forget where it was. He was that deck was pretty sweet. A lot of our core was similar, and our sideboards were vastly different. But I remember he had a couple That All You Gots in the deck, and I was like, I thought about the card at the time, and I didn't really have room for it. With Hatchet Dory and Kasai, though, coming into the format,
big.
I feel like also with a lot of these low-cost attacks with the New and Zen and stuff, I think That All You Gots are a necessity. They give you that extra card on your turn to maybe play like a main phase Evo that you really miss or you really like sorely need into the ninjas and those aggressive matchups. So a lot of times, like against those aggro matchups, I'm bringing in the 3 Fates, the 3 Sinks, the 3 That All You Gots, and then usually like a Pursuit of Knowledge or something because they just don't like the block. So that's one of the blues you fill up. And then the immovables, like I said, are for Guardians and Azaleas and KOs. I don't run the reds against KO. That's just Azalea and the Guardians, I think. But we play 1 Remembrance as well. That comes in against a few things. I used to be really high on that card in this deck, but we trimmed it to 1. I think it's a necessity into certain matchups. And then we were going to finish it off with a couple more blues. We have the 3 Pursuit of Knowledges, and this is kind of my, I don't know, spice of the deck, I guess. It's good into one of what is your perceived bad matchup. People think you're unfavored into Prism. I actually don't believe that. I think you're favored into Prism. A good Prism player, though, can give you kind of headaches. And Pursuit of Knowledge, though, in that matchup is awesome because you can do the play pattern where you like swing leveler, threaten to pop board, they block, I think, and then you pursue their angel and go up 5 cards. It's great. And then, you can just bring this in against some of the decks that don't like the block, like those aggro decks and stuff. Yep. And it's actually, I found that this card has been very, very sweet. And the 2 block is, it came up in Rothermel and I's game. But other than that, you have so many blocks in the deck where the 2 block kind of doesn't matter. It's like the only 2 block in the deck, I think. Let me see. I think it is. I think it's the
Remembrance 1 block.
Well, yeah, that doesn't count though.
Yeah, but that's a no block.
That's a no block. Hold the Line. Hold the Line's the only other 2 block, but that also is not necessarily a 2 block all the time. But yeah, so Pursuit comes in against the aggro matchups, like I said, and Prism. I think it's really good into Prism. Just getting 1 to hit an angel can kind of win you the game sometimes on the spot. And then we have 2 Rusted Relics. Well, actually, I'll just talk about the 3 Warmongers. 3 Warmongers, again, it's like CNC. I think it's a necessity in decks that can afford to play it. Right now, Azalea's hot. It's actually fine into like Warriors. It's actually very good into Warriors.
Yeah.
I've even found some utility against some of the Brutes. It's not all the time Brutes are just attacking. They are playing their non-attacks. You can kind of like stuff a Blood Rush at it with a well-timed Warmongers.
Rhinar barraging.
You can stop. Yep. You can stop their scab skins. If you catch them without an agility and they don't have a way to make one, you can. Yeah, they can kind of stymie their turns with Warmongers. And again, it's too good into Azalea. I think that matchup's kind of bad for me, so I like that package into Azalea as well. And then we have the last 2 cards in the deck, Rusted Relic. And yeah, that comes in against Kano and obviously your Rune Blades. It's the only source of Arcane Barrier. No, I cut it against some of the decks like Droma and Prism that will ping you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just...
Not worth it.
It's just a pipe dream.
Yeah.
Like if I'm getting pinged by Arcane at the end, I'm probably just dead anyways.
Yeah.
So like the fuck do I need a Rusted Relic for? And I think a Kyloria stole one once. So then I was just like
just dead in the water.
No, I just like I'm never gonna play this again. Yeah.
You think you'll end up cutting the Rusted Relics with the new AB equipment?
Yes. Yep. So one of the spoilers we finally got AB Evos for fucking Tecklo. Thank you, LSS.
Not just one, not just two,
thank you.
Not just three.
Oh my God,
all four
thank
pieces.
you. I don't know if you guys remember, but when we were talking about it, I had said like all they need to do is make Evos that have AB on them. The problem with it would be that you would have to eat up 4 slots, right, in the expansion. And I didn't think that they would do that. That's just too many slots. So I thought we would just never get them, let alone 0-cost ones, let alone instant speed ones. So,
yeah, when you factor it all together, it's kind of nuts.
Yeah.
And if you listen to our Bright Lights episode, when we were talking about Bright Lights when they came out, if you read the lore, a lot of the mechanologist armor is made with stuff that has arcane barrier in it. So the fact that they didn't
where it
have
comes
one
from in the story,
blew our mind.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm. It's very true.
It's very nice that they also all
I can't
have
believe they
different
did
abilities.
It. I cannot believe they did it. Honestly, the abilities are kind of whatever. I did read them, and they're fine. Like, they're small, but
the chest is a decent one, but at
the
same time,
the one that pings too is funny. I like the one that pings. It's the arms, I think.
Yeah, the arms.
But the thing is too, like, okay, so your worst matchup as Tecklo is Kano by far, hands down. It's Kano. I have fatigued a few. Cough, cough. Looking at you, Josh.
Yep, I know.
It has happened. I've fatigued other Kanos too, not just you, Josh. I don't.
No, I could just feel the eyes drifting over.
It's happened. It's just very hard, and you have to run like Oasis, and I just am not. I am gonna pretend that Arcane isn't real during the calling, and hope to avoid all of the Kanos in the room. But with these Evos, they slot in for these rusted relics, and I think I'd have to make two more cuts, and I mean I'll find them somewhere here. Maybe the 2 red unmovables, maybe the blues are enough, but I think you run all 4 in the deck. You absolutely start with like the ability to have all 4. The problem still is against the Kano, you have to find these, and you have to find them very fast. Like I said, like the balancing part of it, or the balancing act is you still start at AB0. You still are sitting there with shields down, right?
Yep.
So you have to establish them. You have to find them quickly.
So it does give you the singularity game plan into Kano.
Yes, but
you lose it.
Well, going down to 3 cards against a Kano, I think, is bad. And then yes, you lose the arcane barrier. Well, yeah, of course, you won't even have any AB to block anything. But I think the tank plan is enough. I mean, if you can get up to 4 Evos against the Kano and have the tank plan with AB4 up,
getting rid of an arsenal, or even attacking and making them
they're
discard
9 overpower. He starts
hand.
at 30. Like he, you know what I mean? He doesn't have any armor block, so they're always hitting and with disruption. Like, and you have AB4 at that point. Well, if it depends on which ones you find, but yeah, so you still are actually unfavored into Kano by far. Like, it's probably still your worst matchup, even with these Evos. I think they're good, though, like against the Rune Blades and stuff. And I think what this actually signifies is that we are getting an Arcane set soon. I think they're giving these to us early just because, like, they don't want Tecklo to be absolutely dead with these new heroes they're developing, or already have developed, maybe. Who knows? So yeah. That's the deck. We can kind of just get into the spoilers, boys, if you want. If anyone wants to play Tecklo, he's fucking just the funnest hero I've ever played in this game. He kind of like revitalized my love for deck building in this game. Deck building in Fab can be kind of stale. Stale in that, like, your card pools are limited, right? So it's not necessarily hard to find the good cards. I think it's building your matchup plans in your sideboard that gives you that, like, sense of accomplishment when you figure out these, like, this 48 card core with all these different sideboard plans. I was a big time brewer in Magic, and this was the first time where, like, I've actually brewed a deck and it's performed very well. So I have a sense of pride with this deck for sure, and I'll be playing it for the foreseeable future. So yeah, Josh will put the link in the Discord for anyone if they would like to
in the Discord
hop on the train,
as well as the show notes. Should be right in there. But those are 4 cards that are going to be in the expansion slot.
Do you want to talk about those first, maybe? Just get right into the juicy ones?
Yeah, so all 4 of them are expansion slot cards. Ty, I'm just going to let you read all of them because you're the Tecklo player.
Sure. We have Evo Recall. This is the headpiece. 0 cost, blue pitch, blocks for 0. If you have base head equipped, transform it into this, then equip this. When this is equipped, put up to 1 Mechanologist action card from your banish zone on top of your deck. Yeah, so not really sure the application here because it just says action, not attack action. Okay, yeah. So you can like recycle different things that you banish throughout the game. Is there anything you know of off top that you banish in mechs though, other than like evos?
Boosting.
Right.
But
Right. Duh.
Other than that, I mean, like if you're playing in the assassin matchup and they're banishing.
I'm not a boost deck, so I'm over here like, oh, do you put things in your banish?
Oh,
No,
the evil recall.
No, idiot.
That would be kind of fun in Dash.io. You equip that, put a boom grenade back on top of your deck that you banished earlier, and then boom grenade someone at instant speed for an
that is
attack.
true.
Hell yeah, I could see it. Oh
Because
god,
these are also 0 cost, so she could play them right off the top of her deck.
Please don't.
That is true.
God, just looking at these, knowing I have AB now, like I have like such a big grin on my face. This is
Are
amazing.
you like a little
No,
kid in a candy
I
store?
I
remember
just
you-
never thought it would happen.
I
boys.
remember you in the Discord like, somebody pinch me. Is this real?
I lost my fucking mind when like whoever was posting them in our Discord was like, oh my god, are these real? That's what I asked myself. These can't be real. And then the question was, do we get all 4? Like, are they actually giving us
Then boom,
4
boom,
slots?
boom.
I mean, that has to say they're making an arcane set. But yeah. Anyways, we'll go to onto the chess piece next. Another they all pitch for 3 and they're 0 costs and they're instants. So that's pretty nice about them. I think that's actually awesome because you can kind of catch them slipping if they think you don't have AB 2 or 3. You just go ha in response to their spell or something.
It definitely throws off like OTK Rune Blades math.
Yeah,
like
man.
so easily.
Yep. Or they just have to account for that, if you do have it, so it like increases their math at least or whatever.
I don't know. It's probably kind of akin to like bluffing blues in hand to a Kano.
Yeah. Oh yeah, trust me, you do a lot of that in this deck. Oh, there's many times I've been sitting there with 2 reds, like, yeah, I'll pass. I got blues, dude. What
do you mean?
You dare me? All right. So Evo Heart Drive. This is the chest. When this is equipped, the next attack action card you play this turn costs 1 less to play. This one's pretty good. This one's probably the best one of the 4. They all have AB1, by the way, which I think is perfectly fine, perfectly balanced. I mean, this is exactly what the class needed.
That's all you really need.
If it ever becomes an actual problem, you just run more than the 1 copy of each. Maybe 2. God, that's 2, 4, 6, 8 card. No, maybe not. Maybe I'm fucking crazy.
I think anything with over AB1 is kind of annoying. Like if it's
I just need to
AB2,
find them quicker. If you run like 2 of each and you have 8 copies of these, then you can like find them faster, and establish them faster. I think it's going to be an actual issue. Like if you don't see them turn 0, 1, or 2, like against Kano, you just die.
Yeah.
You just still die.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, like I don't know how much it helps in the Kano matchup because like
It
you still
just
have to
helps
find
a
them.
little bit.
I just think that like the fact that you get to like play tanks against them maybe though is like kind of cool. You can still play an Evo or
like,
2 normally and then
It
like,
also gives you a fighting chance.
yeah, and then you don't have to play like Rusted Relics. And then like I think you just cut the Visiertronic and the Achilles.
Yeah.
I think I already pre-med. Yeah, like in this list I shared today, I preemptively cut it just in preparation for these cards. And then I think the 2 Rusteds are going to be obviously on the chopping block as well. There's no really point in using them when I have these, right?
No.
These are just Rusted Relics with upside. But yeah, so we'll go on to the arms next. Evo Short Circuit. When this is equipped, deal 1. I was about to say arcane damage, but deal 1 damage to any target. Ooh, the any target.
Please don't give Mex Arcane.
The any target's pretty cool.
That's nice for
Allies.
illusionist allies.
Yeah. Or like, can you deal 1 damage to a Spectra? Or is Spectra only trigger when it's attacked?
I think Spectra has to be attacked.
Sure. Yeah, that makes sense.
But I mean, it's 1 damage to any target.
That's
So
yeah,
I mean, it
like
hits
that.
it, but
It could be annoying for like ward.
yeah,
Just like ping them for an extra one when they didn't think you could or something.
get rid of their angels for 1.
Angels, shit. Enigma's just going to have a fucking board state of blue auras, dude.
True.
Watching some of the gameplay and stuff, man, we are in for some shit, boys. Enigma's going to be a problem, I think. When someone cracks that deck, it's going to be a problem. I actually strongly believe that. I think historically illusionists have been a pain in our ass.
Especially when they have 40 health.
Well, and dude, like, just
they have a Ward 10 card now.
Yeah, I was gonna say the amount of Ward.
Are you kidding me?
The amount of Ward that was revealed today is just insane.
You think Tecklo's a block?
Staggering.
No.
Staggering.
Yeah, exactly, dude.
Wesley was telling me he was on Talishar and he double max V'd an Enigma and she took 0 damage that turn.
Jesus, that's crazy.
He told me that and I'm like, there's no fucking way. You're joking, right? He's like, no, she cooked me.
That's wild. But
double max V, 0 damage.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we're in for one, dude. She's gonna be good. Last Evo spot is the Feat Evo Speed Slip. When this is equipped, the next attack action card you play this turn gets boost. Yeah.
That's actually really fucking interesting.
I mean, yeah. You just never want to boost your Singularity. Maybe you still just cut Singularity into Kano, though. Do you even, like... You probably just don't play it. Because, like...
I'm thinking more so for, like, Dash or something.
I know,
or,
I know. I just immediately go to fucking Tecklo. I'm sorry.
I mean, you get to hit any of your finisher cards.
Yeah.
Does Control Dash run anything like CNC or anything like that?
Oh yeah, they play like fighting spirits and shit. So you could like potentially like give a generic
fighting
attack.
spirit.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, you definitely could. Or yeah, like you said, a CNC.
Yeah,
It'd be funny.
That'd be fucking hilarious.
Hell
Just
yeah.
boost the Fandos at someone.
Yeah.
Ben's brewing in his mind now.
But yeah, that does it for the AB4 Evos. Again, LSS, thank you so much. This is just an incredible time to be a mech player, specifically Tecklo.
So going through these final few slots here, there was another mech card that came out that I was interested to get Cliff's point of view on. Supercell.
Yeah.
Did you see this one, Cliff?
I like that card. I like that card a lot. I actually love that card.
Do you
like
think
a lot?
Do you think this is actually going to help Max like at all?
Undoubtedly.
At all? What do you mean? Yeah.
I mean, do you
does.
think it'll actually make him like more of a force in the meta?
Sure.
Yes. So picture this: you just pitch a blue, right? Or even better, you 0 to 60 for free boost to trigger your 3 hyperdrivers or whatever you have out. 1 floats, you're down to 2, but you get your 3 floating, right? You use that 3 floating to play this to return 2 steam counters back onto hyperdrivers and create one with 3, and then you can crank the one you just made for the action point. So you just got up to 5 hyperdrivers. You can play another 0 cost and boost the one you just created to float another free for the Tecklo Foundry Heart. So you're just regurgitating resource. Plus, you're keeping your hyperdriver account up so that when you want to hit that construct, you can.
Yeah.
That card is pretty good. I also think it's got maybe some legs in some of the dash lists because this just creates a hyperdriver, right? Although, reading the card again, no, this is just mainly a max card because especially that
it's the Nitro
last
Mechanoid
line,
at the end. I think that is what's important.
that's the other
right?
big thing.
Yeah,
because Max's win con is pretty much the construct, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this card's ending statement says, if X is 3 or greater, you may shuffle a construct Nitro Mechanoid from your banished into your deck. So it's just another way to keep that construct in the deck so that you can go hit it.
Yep.
I'm in love with this card.
What does suck?
How many times have you boosted away your
Mechanoid?
Your Mechanoid? Didn't you tell us about the double boost that you did?
It wasn't a double boost. I hit Tecklo Foundry Heart in a game against Wesley and revealed both my constructs off.
Oh, that's what it was.
It felt so bad. Wesley just goes, "Let's go, I win."
What does suck though, Cliff? I feel like most of your cards in your deck are block 3s. If I am wrong, This one is a block 2.
Yeah, they probably just
Yeah,
can't make
that
this a
does
block
suck,
3.
but this card is of the caliber that if you're blocking with it, it's probably game already.
True.
Or you just it's early game and you're forced to or something. But yeah, like I think if you
No,
make
no,
this
early game especially, you do not block
I mean,
with this
it
card.
is blue, so you're
you mean
pitching
you
it
just
most
pitch
of the
it?
time.
Yeah. Sure, you're right.
But
Pitching it, it's gonna suck boosting this one away. I can tell you that much.
Do you just play 3 of these, or are these just automatically 3?
Oh yeah, this is an excellent blue pitch to add for Max.
The one thing notable about this too is it doesn't have go again, so it's just like
you
like
just
an
crank
action.
the hyperdriver for Max
Oh,
because it automatically creates.
you
the
already
hyper,
said
so
that.
you just crank that
Jesus,
one.
dude,
Yep.
that's crazy.
Yeah, that card is kind of busted. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, that's wild.
Huge fan.
well, that was the last expansion slot card that we have spoiled. We do have 2 more left from the expansion slots. So
Didn't we talk about those already?
No.
Oh, you mean
Give me a don't
unrevealed?
have it all.
Unrevealed. So waiting on those, but we will get those updated.
Gosh, what
to
heroes
when
do you
we
guys
see it.
think? It's not Tecklo. He already got his piece, right? Or pieces, I should say.
It wouldn't be any hero that's like in the set because they're getting a bunch of cards.
Trying to think of what is like the bottom heroes right now. Riptide got some stuff, right? Max
You
just
think
got
they'll
some
give
stuff.
something to Vis?
Maybe.
I could see that. I guess.
I could see Vis getting some stuff.
Yeah, I guess
Maybe
I could
pop
see
a
that.
little bit more.
He did
boldness.
just get some stuff in the last set though too.
He
Didn't he?
got like
He got his
2
own
new
specialization, didn't he?
cards. Yeah.
I could potentially see Bolton and Prism get something because we did get the
Mm,
Shadow
maybe
Brute
not
and
Prism, but-
Shadow Runeblade.
Prism
I
seems like
could see
some.
it.
Prism seems too good right now for them to give her another
She
slot.
seems so good right now. She doesn't need anything.
If you notice, the expansion slot is generally used for the heroes that are kind of on the bottom of the totem pole. You know, I actually love
More
that.
Riptide, more Riptide, more Riptide.
Riptide already got us 2 pieces.
That, or maybe they'll just say fuck it and do like a Benji specialization or something.
Maybe a Bravo.
But
Oh,
get
you
some
know what?
Volta. I
You
could
know
see
what?
Bravo though.
I could
yeah.
see a Bravo specialization, another attack.
Try to just get him out of here.
Please
No,
no.
not another attack. If they're gonna do another Bravo specialization, I think they're gonna have to do an action, and it's gonna be a buff that adds a cripple effect.
No, you give him like a
Bravo.
boss monster attack, like like an 11 cost 16 or something with an on hit or some crazy shit. You know what I mean? He needs like and fuck, make it legendary. Just give him 1 in the deck to like do something because like he could. I mean,
Like phase 2 of the Bravo fight.
yeah, like
He is
Bravo,
at
a demi-hero?
696 living legend points, so they could
God,
give him
please.
something to just nudge him out. I mean, he is close. He would be one of the first original heroes to LL. Come on. I
He's
got my
gotta be the
Bravo
first
deck still
original
sitting
to
in my
actually
box. I want to
LL.
play him so bad, honestly.
I could see a Bravo card, dude. Like, I definitely could see that.
Yeah,
He's kind of
It's
the
been a- it's
unloved
been a-
guardian right now with all the Victor
it's
hype.
been a long time since he got something.
All right, well, why don't we dive right into part the misfail? We got a bunch of spoilers. We got most of the L's, and we're gonna go over some of the Majestics. Well, why don't we dive right into it? Cliff, I'm gonna let you start off with the assassin.
Alrighty, which ones have we covered and which ones are brand new? Or were they all just released and I'm just way out of the loop?
You must be like way out of the loop.
we
I think
can-
most of them were.
Well, no, I don't want to go I don't want to go over every single card, but we can just start with the L that Assassin's got at the top of the page.
Yeah, sure. Let me go pull that bad boy up. Alrighty, so I'll do the new headpiece for us then.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Jumping right into the new legendary assassin headpiece we got, the Mask of Reoccurring Nightmares. It is a 2-block with Blade Break. Gross. However, it has a once per turn attack reaction for 3 chi. Target defending hero banishes a card from their hand. So this is basically the assassin version of the Coronet Peak, right?
Yeah.
Uh,
You have to
Kind of?
transcend conditional. But
Coronet Peak, is that the one intellect?
no, that's the
That's the ice one that you pitch 3-2 and they discard
Oh,
card.
duh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm kind of a fan of this.
I think this is cool.
You can kind of be funny with it and like leave no witness and trigger this, so they have to banish something. And if they have a red in their hand, them banishing that red with the contract effect can net you up to like 3 silver.
Yep. No, I think this is strong. This is definitely a strong headpiece. I think it just depends on how much you'll be like transcending and having the chi. I don't know if it's going to be as easy or like as frequent as people think. Maybe it is though.
Probably not.
And like the longer you play, like the more you see them, right? Like if you second cycle them or you play the shuffle card. Do all the decks play the shuffle card? Obviously, right? Because it just shuffles like the chi maybe back on top of the deck after you transcend a couple times and pitch them. So, yeah, I don't know. Seems strong though. You get to banish something, so if they're stuck with blues, you can play them later. Oh my god. Segue. I played against a new, right? Boys, this morning. And her stealth attacks banish actions that you block with, right?
Yep.
So I just like block with my Evo pieces from hand, and they go right to banish. So I'm like drawing them. It's like I block and just draw cards sort of against new. And then like if she doesn't have chi, like she can't play them, and usually she doesn't have it right away. So like I was just willy nilly blocking with my Evos and playing them for banish. Like the next turn, like it was great. But like I think, dude, I thought I was gonna be unfavored, and I don't know. I think she might be like one of the better assassin matchups. I think I'm pretty good into assassins already, but at the end of the game, I transformed and I was doing my tank thing, right? And she did have a chi. And at this point, I had played a couple blue unmovables and I had played a couple blue hold the lines throughout the game. So she's fucking blocking my tanks with my blue unmovables and hold the lines. She blocked for like 14 in one turn, playing all 4 of them. I was like, holy fuck. She is so strong. Like, she can do something that seems very combo wombo in the right spot. You know, you obviously have to do some work to get there. But man, like, I couldn't believe it. I just could not believe it. I'm like, you just get to play them for free, no matter what they are, you know? Ugh. Anyways, I think Nu's going to be maybe the best hero that comes out of this set. It's going to be her Enigma, I think.
She's going to be good,
I do
think
so.
Enigma's going to be a fucking problem.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think she's going to be...
Leading into that, which one do you want to cover her?
Well, hold on. I want to talk about some of these Majestics for new. We also got the cloak mechanic. We didn't talk about the cloak mechanic. Do you guys see that? How you can start with the... You start with the equipment face down.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking A, man. How cool is that design? Like, I mean, I immediately think trap cards from Yu-Gi-Oh, you know?
Yeah.
And they can go far with that design space, I think. But let's see.
Yeah, it definitely seems interesting.
Let's go into this Majestic. Gorgon's Gaze. Create a slither in your hand. Oh, sorry, it's a 2-cost attack reaction that blocks for 3. So it's already pretty good with the block 3 being a reaction. But you create a slither in your hand. And then you banish all defending attack action cards on the combat chain. If a chi was pitched to play this, you may play the banished cards this combat chain without paying their resource cost. Pretty crazy. Again, we were talking a little bit about how a lot of things are conditional in this set, but a lot of things seem very powerful if the conditions are met.
You know what a slither does, right, Ty?
That is the go again, correct?
Yep, it creates an attack reaction that's a go.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Play this, and then you could slither on top of that to give.
It creates the token
well.
in hand, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes, it's a 0
but
cost.
You can also arsenal
action.
those tokens. They can't go put back to deck, but you can arsenal those tokens.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I guess so. Why not?
They're just like
it's
the
just a reaction.
Tigers,
sure,
right?
sure. Yeah,
yeah,
I could see it.
So you can play that for later too, which I think is a really neat thing. Like, yeah, I'm just gonna save this go again until when I can actually have a better turn.
Hell yeah. Next we have Siren's Call. Josh, you want to read that one?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a 1-cost red block 3 assassin attack reaction. Look at the defending hero's hand and choose a blue card. Add it to the chain link as a defending card. If you do, draw a card. Super good.
Yeah, again,
Utterly ridiculous.
I think it's pretty good in the right spots, right? Like, and against the right decks. But it just does nothing into some decks that are just streamlined or redline or playing little blues. Like Brody's Azalea list. I saw that the other day. It was like 3 blues in it. It's like, holy shit. I don't know if he's getting ready for Mistveil or trying not to play blues against New or something, but man, I'm just kidding. But yeah, this card seems really strong if it hits, right? Because a lot of things happen. You get to banish a card to play later. It replaces itself. And yeah, just another reaction that blocks 3.
It's good.
Yeah. This card's sweet. There's going to be so many tricks with the fucking assassins. There already is so many tricks. They do so many tricksy little bullshit things, and now it's just like, ugh.
They're so fun.
Ugh, I hate it so much.
Like, what am I going to do?
Can't we just play a fair, honest game? Can't we just block with some armor, maybe block with some D-reacts?
Turns into fucking Metastopheles at the end. Get out of here with that bullshit. Nah, you're going to take this shred and you're going to fucking like it. Metastopheles, man. You got that shadow demon shit.
Okay. Yeah, I guess you are correct. He is a shadow hero.
Which expansion slot idea do you think we'll see a shadow mech card that only Tecklo can play after he transforms?
No, hell no. That would be wild.
Huh?
No.
I
mean, I would love it. That'd be cool as fuck, but no. No, I think he's just fine. I think he's the best kept secret, honestly. I do.
Have faith. Just keep playing it.
I don't know, man.
You've done well.
Well, I top 8'd 3 of the 5, so, and I came really close in all 5. So, yeah, it was a successful season for the deck and myself. But did we ever read the one with her ass cheeks hanging out? Did we read that a few episodes back? I think we might have. What? That's just always going to be the card that.
Yeah. I think we did, but
hey, at least it's Bailey, not anime tits,
you want to
dude.
cover it again?
I knew which one you're talking about. Oh yeah. Hold on.
News all cheeked up over
I
here.
I have it. Yeah. So Sacred Art Undercurrent Desires. It's a legendary. If you've played another blue card this turn, choose 3. Otherwise, choose 1. First option is to create a Fang Strike and a Slither in your hand. You can banish up to 2 cards in an opposing hero's graveyard and then transcend.
Seems really good.
I think seems extremely good, especially like Fang Strike and a Slither on one mode.
Yeah. Yeah, there's an attack, or yeah, I think it's an attack. It's one of the Majestic attacks we'll read later, but it cares about playing 3 attack reactions. And notably, these Fang Strikes and these Slithers that you're creating with these other cards are actually like counting towards the attack reaction count in the turn. So like when I read the card, I was like, man, this seems kind of middling. Like it's gonna be hard to play 3 attack reactions. But when you realize like you're getting the cards in hand, like Cliff said, like you get to just like play them out as actual attack reactions to count for that, 2 or 3 that some of the cards care about. It's kind of wild. But then
not only that, most of the stuff and equipment is also an attack reaction as well.
Yeah. Oh right. Yeah. You just create a Fang Strike and create a Slither with both of them. Damn. So like in limited, if you can get these 2 and then hit that Majestic I'm talking about, dude, you're cooking. That's a sweet play.
Yep.
All these next ones, like these attack reactions that pump, and then like only if you've transcended you gain the extra ones. I don't know if they're going to be really like constructed playable. It'll be hard to line them up, I think, to get the extra value, right? Again, I don't
probably.
I don't know how easily we'll be transcending, but yeah, I don't know. Do you guys see any other notable cards you want to talk about in new? I mean, some common, some rares and stuff.
I did just want
notably
to mention...
bunch of reactions. Notably, all reactions.
There's not one attack.
Yeah,
all reactions.
It's a shit ton of reactions.
Yeah.
There's another thing I wanted to
Not
mention. A
excited
lot
for
of the
this.
new stealth cards that are coming out, when
Which
they
ones?
banish their target, the
New-
new stealth cards.
Yeah, but are
just
they news stealth cards or are they new stealth
New-
cards? New
Both.
stealth cards? Is that what you were talking about, Cliff? I just wanted to clarify, just to make sure.
Tardius Maximus. They're both. But it's a stealth, right? It's a stealth card, but it also has the effect on hit, banish top card of the deck. And whenever it banishes, and there's a different chain for like the non-attack actions and actions, you gain 1 life. So these stealth attacks now have a way to also give new targets for her ability,
Yeah.
but also gain her life.
Yeah,
So I'm thinking that it could lead to some really interesting turn swings.
for sure. I'm just
Like how funny would it be to banish a Poison the Well and then play someone with it? Especially with, I don't know. I think Poison the Well might see some play with how much life gain we're seeing in some of the
Poison the
newer
Well.
sets.
That's the one where you like instead of gain life you lose that much.
Yeah.
Dude, I would love to kill someone with that, like off of a fucking sigil. They're low, they play sigil, and you're like, haha, bitch.
Yeah.
Drink some poison water, you know. Oh, it's great.
Very niche,
flavor
but-
wise, that's great. No, I know. That'd be like a weird UPF game or something. Try to
Yep,
catch
just
someone.
Poison
in
the
or
Well
something.
someone.
Oh man.
But no,
But-
she's got some really awesome tools in her kit.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I feel like a lot of players are so excited for this set. It seems like the hype is real. The art is like going to bring a lot of players into like for the I think the collector side of things. And I also think there's people that aren't going to be playing these decks that are just not excited to play against them. They all seem just like, man, they all just seem very strong, I guess.
I'm not ready to play
Every
that.
single one of these heroes
Yeah.
seems very strong.
Speaking of strong heroes, let's move on to the next one. We have Enigma's cards. We had those. If you remember, the art for this for the legs here was spoiled in the trailer, and everyone thought they would be like a Phantasmal Footsteps altar. But they weren't, and I think Phantasmal Footsteps should move the fuck over because we have Meridian Pathway. They are a Mystic Illusionist equipment legs, so only Enigma will be able to play these because, it has the Chi resource involved. Says instant, pitch 3 Chi. You may play auras this turn as though they were instants. And it also says when you pitch a Chi, you may, keyword may there, I think is important. You may have this get ward 3. So at some point in the game, you can have this be like a block 3. Pretty good to get 3 block out of your boots. Although I guess you do have to pitch to Chi, so you have to go down a card still. But notably, this thing is an instant, and it doesn't say like destroy on activation, so you get to just do this more than once a game. Yeah. You get to play like your shimmers and your haze bendings and all the bullshit 0 costs that don't have go again. Can you imagine you pitch a Chi and play 3 0 cost auras in hand and maybe even a 4th one from Arsenal? Like the ceiling on this activation is wild. Because I do think your aura count is very high in this deck. And a lot of them are 0 costs.
Yeah.
This card just seems very, very, very strong. It's exactly what she wants. I think the big issue with the auras is they take up your whole action point, right? So figuring out how to play multiples a turn. As an old Prism player, I can tell you it's very strong. So, yeah. Again, though, that Chi. It's that Chi, man. I don't know how easy it'll be to activate, but we shall see. When do you guys want to tackle some of these M's?
Are we talking the Manifestation of Miragai?
Sure.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. So Manifestation of Miragai. It's a 3-cost blue card. It's an instant speed aura. It enters the arena with 2+1 counters. If a Chi was pitched to play it, instead it enters with 4+1 counters, and then it has Ward X, where X is the number of +1 counters on it. which seems pretty good for Enigma.
Yeah.
I mean, if you pitch a chi to it, it's attacking for 8 the turn it comes down.
Wait, are you sure? It wouldn't be.
Yeah, it enters with 4+1 counters, and then it gets +4 power from the weapon when it attacks because it'll have Ward 4.
Right, but won't that just be attacking for 4 then?
No, because it has 4+1 counters.
I thought the weapon said like equal to the ward or something, doesn't it?
It is equal to the ward, so it has Ward 4, and then 4+1 counters.
It comes in with both ties, so it's getting 4+1s as it drops and Ward 4. So then it picks up another +4 for having
Interesting.
Ward 4, getting to 8.
So if you pitch a chi to play it, it's attacking for 8 with go again the turn it comes down, and you can play it at instant speed.
Sheesh.
Things strong.
It's spicy.
Yeah. Wow.
It
Yeah,
is.
can I be one of the first to say that card is dummy?
Art's gorgeous too, by the way.
Oh, the art is phenomenal.
So the thing with Ward, though, is like Hornet Sting. If they attack with this and you Hornet Sting them and ping one, if they don't have any other Ward available, will that pop the attack?
My guess is yes, because damage hasn't, like, you haven't gone to the damage resolution, so the like of this card, I mean, so then your damage
So
would then
Riptide probably
hit their
just
ward.
hoses Enigma then, huh?
Oh, even like your trap pings hose her.
Yeah. I think well, they're at least
Interesting.
annoying, you know. But
Fascinating.
At a minimum, yeah.
yeah. Okay, move on to the next one. When do you guys want to get that one?
Cliff, you want to read that one?
Which
If I
one?
think-
I think
Give him
we've,
the one
I
that's
think
a
we've
chapter
read
book.
it before, but
I don't think we've covered this
Sacred
card.
Art,
I don't think we
Oh,
did this
really?
one, did we? No, I don't think so. Maybe
Immortal
we did.
Lunar
Oh
Shrine?
yeah, we did.
yeah,
We might have covered this one.
it's one of the transcend
Hmm.
cards.
Yeah.
Cliff, if you want to read it, just to give it another go ahead.
Sure, let's go ahead. So we have Sacred Art, Immortal Lunar Shard. It is a Mystic Illusionist instant that is a cost 3 blue pitch. Legendary, so you can only have one of these in your deck with good reason if you ask me. If you've played another blue card this turn, choose 3, otherwise choose 1. We'll get into the modes now. Mode 1, we have create 2 Spectral Shield tokens, really dumb. Mode 2, put a +1 counter on each aura with ward you control, even dumber.
That's
and 3,
the
transcend. So yeah, my take on this card is dumb. A mistake, it never should have been printed. I don't like it, make it go away.
Seems like a lot of our non-illusionist players were just complaining all day about these reveals.
Yep.
Oh my god,
Well, like
we're
half of our
making
Discords
everyone's life
What?
a hell, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's gonna be so brutal. Because yeah, create 2 more Spectral Shields. Cool. Put a +1 on everything with ward you control. Great. So that also hits the manifestation if you have that down.
Mm-hmm.
Or that other one that's like a ward.
No, we lost you there for a second, Cliff.
Oh, hello?
Hello?
Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Hello.
Yep.
Echo. No? Okay. Well, yeah. Sacred Art, that's a big card for Enigma. That
Yeah.
one is really good.
I think so too. You want to do the next one, Josh?
Yes, sir. So we have a 3-cost red pitch, Mystic Illusion instant. It's got Ward X, where X is 3 times the number of blue cards you've pitched this turn.
So I think.
Outrageous.
Well, no. Again,
No.
it's conditional, and it has 0 ward on your opponent's turn when you draw up, right? Like you have to pitch cards, and like I think Enigma's pitching a fair amount of cards on your opponent's turn, so you can turn this on. But the 3 times the number thing is kind of crazy, right? Like if you can pitch a bunch of blue cards on your turn somehow and like turn this on, to like have this
Well,
huge.
pitching a blue to lay down one of your big wards like Manifestation, and then you activate your boots, get the action point back to play this. That gets you to what, 8?
You don't need to do the boots though, because Manifestation is an instant.
Ah, that's right. Okay.
So many instants in this set. You guys notice that? Like, I mean, look at all these cards that are just like in, this beginning list of Enigma. They're all instants, I think. Look at them all. Yeah, they are. Not even one of them.
But because of a
blocked.
lot of the instants, that makes
crazy,
that some of the that one Majestic a little bit better in my mind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We'll get to that one later.
You don't need block when you're getting ward constantly.
I think, that's the idea, right? Like, you build up this fucking... It's like a wall deck. You guys remember walls in Magic? I mean, that's kind of what ward is. They're just walls.
Yeah, but walls that can attack.
Yeah, exactly. I know.
Walls without a downside.
I do want to cover these common instant auras, actually, though.
You know what she is here in this set?
What's up?
She's pretty much a wizard. Everything's instant, and you're just blocking.
Yeah.
This might be the blocking deck.
No, I definitely think she's a defensive deck.
Oh, yeah,
sure.
no, yeah.
She's
It's a
play
very
a lot like
defensive
she's
deck.
gonna play a lot like OG Prism, where you're defensive and then you're attacking with your defenses, or you're building up your defenses and attacking with them. So I think I think she's gonna appeal to a lot of OG Prism players, to be honest. So
Do you guys want to go over
Icelander,
the
maybe?
10,000 Year Reunion, Rage Spectre, and Restless Coalescence? Because those three are kind of dumb too.
We definitely will. I don't think we're there yet on the list, but we're just kind of going down from the list. I think on February at this point. But we have Haze Shelter. I wanted to talk about this one and then the next couple cards. Haze Shelter is all 3 pitches. It is a 2-cost instant aura. Ward X, where X is 4 if you've pitched a blue card this turn. Otherwise, X is 1. So this is just like the clean pitch a blue and attack for 4, right? And then you have an aura out.
Yeah.
And then again, like having Ward 4 just by pitching 1 blue card, that's like pretty fucking strong on their turn if you can have, find your ways to pitch. I think this is an auto include. I think, blues and reds are...
Yeah, and it's still attacks for 4 on the same turn.
Right,
Like-
right. The same turn it comes down, you mean.
Like,
With
you're
1
getting
blue.
so much value out of that, right? You pitch
Isn't
a blue, play it, attack for 4, and then
scroll-
even if they like pop it on their turn, like you still were swinging for 4 with it.
Yeah, perfect.
Like,
the
it's
scroll is
insane.
1 resource, correct?
Yeah,
Yeah. So this is just, you know...
she
play
gets
this-
so much value out of some of these. It's insane.
Yep, absolutely. The next one, though, I think is still very good. This card is probably like a mainstay in the deck as well, I would imagine. It's called Waning Vengeance. It's a 1-cost Mystic Illusionist instant aura. It's a mouthful. When this leaves the arena, if you've pitched a blue card this turn, create a Spectral Shield. That's going to be an annoying card. It has Ward 3, sorry, by the way. It has Ward 3 just naturally. The yellow has Ward 2 and the blue has Ward 1. So I actually thought that was cool how they scaled the ward with the colors. I think this card is strong. Anytime you're getting the free spectrals, that's going to be good for Enigma, especially with the way she can like put counters on things and willy-nilly and any of her auras. Like, it's going to be... I'm not looking forward to this. The more we see these, I just thinking about the play patterns she's going to present is like, ugh. But
Now just imagine playing her in CC now, and slotting in your Shimmers of Silver.
oh yeah, Shimmers. Did you see the spike in Shimmers? Oh my
It
goodness,
goes so hard.
Shimmers went up, dude.
like
Holy shit.
that's just a mainstay in this deck. It's insane.
Absolutely. But those were the 2 of these 3 Mystic instants that I wanted to touch on. Waxing Specters. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that card's very good. Go ahead, Bailey. Do you want to convince me that card's good? I don't know. Is it good? Is the counter matter that Waxing gives itself?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does, because it gets go again on the turn it comes down then.
Oh, okay. And then it
The
attacks
red
for
with
3.
backing for 4.
Oh, because 3 plus the 1/1 counter? Right.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, okay.
So 4 with go again the turn it comes down.
Oh, so wait, this is just kind of like Haze Shelter, though, right?
Yeah, it's very similar. Like I think those
What the
two
fuck? Why did I
alone are like just insane in the deck. Like Haze Shelter doesn't give itself go again, but still, like it's
Sure.
they're still like the red ones at least are you're attacking for 4 the turn you play it, and then it just sits there and wards on their turn if whatever. And
Yeah, I think this card's probably played then for sure. It seems very similar to the Haze Shelter.
at least the red. Like I don't know that you play the yellow or the blue, but the red for sure when it's hitting that like break point like that.
Yeah. Cool.
No, I think Enigma's gonna be nuts.
Next up, we have Zen, Tamer of Purpose. Did you guys see the chess piece in the extended art?
Yeah, dude.
Holy
it looks
balls, dude.
Cold foil on that.
No, I meant the balls around his neck.
good. Yeah, man's got balls. I'll give him that.
I'm just fucking killing Josh over here, dude. This is too easy tonight.
That was perfect. That was just perfect timing.
I've been known to be a comedian myself,
Well,
I don't know if I go that far.
I know. I think I'm way more funny than I actually am, probably.
Well, it's 12-petal Kasaya. It is a legendary. Whenever you transcend, you may gain a resource, and it also has instant pay 3 chi. Destroy this, create a Zen state token. 2-block blade break.
Card's great.
Phenomenal.
Card is fucking
amazing.
so
It's
good.
insane.
Phenomenal.
You could almost go to say it's busted.
Like one
depending on-
resource off of transcending is already like good enough on its own.
Yep.
But then when you eventually do have to block with it, right? Like granted, like you're not always going to have the chi in hand, but you block with it, and then before the chain closes, you destroy it for your Zen state. And
So I wonder. Well, is there a window for you to even do that because of the blade break? Like, would the block like be nullified because it's not there to like soak up the damage, or is there a window to activate it after block?
I'm pretty sure there is.
Like resolution step, is it like still on the board for you to activate or something?
We can get our resident judge's opinion,
It says
but
when the
I'm
combat chain closes.
fairly certain it does.
No, I know. I'm just saying, like, because it says destroy
There's like
this.
another similar interaction. I can't remember with which card though.
I guess
with the illusionist, whatever the arms were for Dromai.
Oh, Silken Form.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I guess that was
That
different
might be
because
different, though, 'cause
Quell
it's like
said
Quell
the
and then,
next
like,
time. You
yeah.
would, I guess my question
Yeah.
is, if you destroy this, does the block stay? Like, obviously, the block would not stay there or be there for damage resolution, right? So I guess that's my question. Either you like block for 2 with it, or you do the Zen state.
I mean, it's at instant speed, so
Well,
you can do it before it blocks. Technically, like
No, I know.
Like,
Let's say you block
before
with
it
it.
blocks, you have to destroy it.
Yeah, the instant speed says destroy this. So that's my question. Like, you get rid of it, and then like damage happens, and then like it's not there to block that 2 damage. The question, or like I guess the Zen state can make up for the 2 damage, right? And
Yes.
if it makes up for more than
absolutely.
it's way more value.
Zen states are very good against certain decks. Like when I read
Any
that,
eight,
I
bro.
reread that card before we started recording, and I was like, just every source of fucking damage. It just okay, yeah. Zen state is wild.
So if a Viscerai is ready to pop an OTK, you get to negate every single arcane source, or even like whenever rune chants or
So OTK Viscerai just looks at this card and just goes, huh. Okay.
Yeah.
You just like at any point in the game just have to hope like they just don't have G. Okay, yeah. All right. That's hilarious.
I mean,
think
it
that's
is on
insane.
destroy.
This card is bonkers, dude.
Yeah. So
Oh.
I think it's probably one of the best legendaries in the.
It also
in the
looks
set.
incredible.
It does.
Like, all jokes aside, the art on this fucking card and the extended, like, this is Tunic level fucking.
Oh yeah.
Kind of feels iconic a little bit, right?
This is the summer tunic. This is
No. No. Summer tunic is probably gonna be like red. Right? We gotta have some red fabric in there for summer. Maybe.
This is spring.
Well, spring
Fall.
is spring's green.
Fall.
Fall would be like some ugly
He's orange.
shit
green.
orange.
I don't
or-
know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I know you didn't just call fall ugly.
Let's move on to some of these.
We'll talk later.
Majestics.
The first one.
Yeah,
You want to read it?
yeah. Tooth and Claw, 0 cost, 4 attack, blocks for 3. Good stats already. When this attacks, you may reveal any number of crouching tigers from your hand. If you revealed 1 or more, this gets go again. 2 or more, this gets +1. 3 or more, draw a card.
Dude, everyone gets a fucking swarming Gloomveil now.
Yeah, that's a pretty good comparison. You kind of nailed that on the head. This is basically just a swarming. And yeah, I guess the draw card is kind of crazy on this card, right? Like if you ever are able to end a chain with this with maybe a grip of tigers, right? You can keep going.
Yeah.
Gosh,
And I
mean,
think a lot of Zen's cards create the crouching tigers in your hand versus banished like the earlier sets, right?
a lot of them do, yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're able to like combine a chain pretty well, the second card just plays a huge effect.
I want to know who that hero is too. She's like, if you look in the art, she's like summoning like beasts or like, but they're like spectral beasts kind of. So my
It's
guess.
an illusionist ninja.
No, what? No, dude. That screams druid to me. I don't know if they've ever named that as a class like in the book, and that doesn't mean they can't add classes that are not in the lore book, right? But I think a druid would be fucking wild. But why would a druid be on
so
a
fucking
on a ninja card though? But maybe they're in Mistvale or something. But yeah, the art on this was like, it made me like pause, and I was like, oh shit, dude, we got some. Maybe.
The art in like the entirety of this set is just so good.
I just love finding like little things in the art, right? That like coincide with like future design or heroes or flavor or story. God
That's
forbid
true,
we get
yeah.
some fucking lore. But if you
What
remember,
kind
like,
of flavor do you think the ass cheeks have?
depends on if she showered, dude.
I'm sorry. I had to.
Oh man, we're not even fucking having drinks tonight, boys. What's happening?
Just having a good time.
How to eat that booty like groceries, man.
Yeah. Okay, Bailey, you go ahead and.
Hey, we can cut that out, Josh.
No. You better fucking leave that in.
Hey, I'm a little sauced up. I don't know what I'm saying. Don't take advantage of me.
Oh, I am. That was perfect. That was cool.
Oh man.
Well,
Just cold open the episode with that.
No, what I was gonna say though, on that all you got, it's Victor Goldbane, and we didn't even know that was gonna be a hero for however long.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
Yeah, but they like named him on the card though. Like I
That's
feel like
true.
if this was
That's
someone important, we'd have. Actually, do like any of the cards in this set have flavor text? Wind Chakra does.
No, I've seen some. Yeah, they
yeah,
do.
I've seen some.
They do. There's some illusionist stuff
A
up
lot
here
of
that do.
enigmas,
Yeah, they
yeah.
do.
Orion of Mystic Tenants does the Mystic Instant Tome.
Yeah.
A quote from Tahiro, Eternal Scribe. Or Tohiro, my bad.
I wanted to touch on that when we were on Enigma, and then I completely forgot. But do you think Enigma uses Tome of Ao at all?
You have to remind me what that card does.
Oh.
It's the Ward 1 Tome where at the start of your turn you like destroy it and draw a card.
Yeah,
Oh
probably.
god, that sounds right up her alley.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe that was
Yeah, at
always
the
meant
beginning
for
of your
her.
action phase, destroy Tome of Ao, then draw a card. So like you have to get it to survive through the Ward 1.
Dude, think about it. That's exactly the card.
But-
Like we're talking about that kind of where like that's probably a card they gave us that had that blue like illusionist playstyle way before we they were probably early in the process of like creating Enigma, and they're like, let's give them Tome of Ao to get them, give them a little taste for a year down the road or however long ago that we got that card. Yeah. That screams Enigma.
Yeah, that's out of Dynasty.
Right.
So
that was
probably would have been around the time that they were developing.
A lot of some of this deals with Dynasty stuff.
Did you see the gloves? We'll talk about the gloves later. The generic legendary gloves. If you notice, like the background, it's like the same room or like the war room of the Emperor or something. If you notice on the Crown of Dominion, or is it Dominion or Providence? No, it's Providence. It might be both actually, but Providence I know for a fact has kind of the same looking like.
Oh, it kind of does.
You noticed that?
And it's a very like draconic looking pedestal it's on.
Yes. I noticed that right away with it. I was like, damn, I wonder if there's some...
Fucking Stonewall Gauntlet about to snap away your attack power, man.
Well, if you remember the flavor of Dynasty, not to go on a little tangent here, but like the marvels for Dynasty, all of the weapons were like supposedly like donations to the Emperor or like gifts to the Emperor from all different...
Are we talking donations or like... donations?
No, like in the story, everyone like came and paid their respects and like gave them weapons of their people, sort of. So you have this like war room of all these cool weapons from different areas of Wraith and stuff. I mean, Dynasty is such a good set. I think that set is just absolutely incredible.
I agree.
Rudy was pumping Dynasty this week. Did you see that? Fucking Rudy, dude.
No. I thought he was out of Fab.
No. He they snapped the whip and he, came to toe. But like, okay, so like he's selling the boxes at the prices they want him to, and he actually is getting a exclusive card this set. So I think it's going to be one of his pieces again, hopefully for his equipment. I think we're missing like chest and legs. Yeah, chest and legs and a weapon. He doesn't have a weapon yet. That'll be funny. It'll be like a taco or something. Anyways, yeah, let's get on to these other Majestics. We have Shifting Winds of the Mystic Beast. This is a 1-cost Mystic Ninja action, block 3. Has Go Again. Always good. Go Again actions, always good. Whenever you play a Crouching Tiger this turn, name a card. It gets that name. It's okay. Okay, this is okay. If a Chi was pitched to play this, create disgusting. 2 Crouching Tigers in your hand. So,
very good.
Zen just gets to dishonor you? Question mark.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I don't. Why doesn't he play dishonor? He absolutely plays dishonor. He can. He tutors. I think you still play.
Ben, where's the reaction like you gave to all the illusionist cards? This is pretty fucking gross too.
This is very good.
This is gross, but I've had a lot less trouble with ninjas versus illusionists.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think ninjas needed a little bit of this, and Zen is just... We really needed a full focus on the Tiger Ninja, and this is what we got. I'm all about it.
Mm-hmm.
I actually really want to build all 3.
I'm hoping...
Yeah, this is the first set in a long time where I've wanted to build all of the heroes.
Yeah, Tanner said that too, one of our locals. I think a lot of people are super... This is like
I know we've been hyping up LSS a lot with some of these later like set releases, but like this is fucking insane. Like we've talked about how they're like kind of cranking that power level back up, and like we're there. Like this is...
We've said it before.
This is insane.
We're at peak Fab. This is like peak Fab right now. All these heroes seem strong too, and like a lot of their shit is conditional, but if those conditions are met, man,
nuts.
Yeah, dude, a lot of this stuff is crazy. I think you do play bonds in Zen. You probably just play the bonds line. Like I don't see why you would leave that.
You think you play the whole line?
Well, yeah, isn't that the one that dishonor? You end with dishonor or whatever. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. You still have the mask, right?
Like you can still like you name the cards with this and then just tutor up the dishonor with Zen.
Well, so this is kind of cool in that like this counts as one of the line at any point in the line, right? With that Crouching Tiger, like that's kind of crazy. And then you mask, and then you like all you would need is a bond, bonds.
What cards do you have to play before dishonor?
It's like Descendant and Descendant, Bonds.
Then Dishonor.
Yeah,
Is
Bonds.
it just those two? I thought it was like 3.
Well, it's Gustwave.
Gustwave. So yeah, Bonds, Gustwave.
Or Surge Strike.
Is it Surging Strike? It might be Surging Strike. Yeah, you have to start
Yeah,
with Surging
Surging
Strike.
Strike.
Yep. That's the one. That's what I'm thinking of. Dylan's
Yeah,
fucking
so-
yelling at us.
What do you mean?
So yeah, Surging Strike, Gustwave, Bonds, Dishonor.
Yep.
So you literally. Oh my god, that's so gross. You play this, pitch a chi to it,
Yeah.
make 2 tigers.
Yeah.
Pitch a chi to Zen, make
Well,
a 3rd tiger.
That's having 2 chi. That's kind of generous. I don't know.
I mean, it's very like pipe dreamy,
Yeah.
right? But like,
Well, no. If you have a
pitch a chi
chi,
to Zen, and then just tiger, Dishonor.
yeah. If you have a chi, you kind of don't even need it for Zen because you have the 2 tigers from this to the just like
Yeah.
you get 2. You get 2
I
of
guess
the
yeah.
line.
Like,
You know what I mean?
have, yeah.
Like that's wild. It's just so good. Oh, again, I keep coming back to it. How easy is it going to be to fucking transcend and have these chi available? You know, I remember early on when we did our set review of. We're no experts. Also, sidebar at reviews. We're actually, well, me personally, pretty bad at it. But
I'm pretty sure we've famously been wrong about a lot of things so far.
yeah, no, we definitely have. But when we were reviewing the tanks and the evos, I just thought like the tanks would be impossible to turn on to have them be good, and like they're just a lot easier. You know, I think we talked about just pitch stacking them, and there's going to be ways to transcend, and some decks are probably going to utilize the transcend mechanic more, I think. And if you're playing bonds and stuff in Zen, maybe you're a deck that cares about the transcending a little less, I would imagine, because you're filling your deck up with a bunch of non-transcending stuff. But I don't know if you leave that combo on the table as Zen, or leave it at home. I mean, you know, I think you probably play it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Depends.
I suppose also you don't even need to tutor off a Zen. You just tutor off the bonds if you've like blocked with a Dishonor or something. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's always the trick, right? Like when you block with the Dishonor, you get it in there and then hopefully have the extra one in deck still. Yeah, it's.
I forgot that
Bonds is a
does
busted
that.
card.
Jesus.
Bonds of Ancestry is fucking wild. We actually got another Bonds card in this set, so
yeah.
Bonds of
So
Agony.
we keep on like off topic. But,
No,
like,
it's all
there's
good.
just
It's all
so
good.
much exciting in this set to like talk about.
I know it.
Cliff, you want to read the 3rd one, the Sacred Art Jade Tiger Dominion?
Yeah, let me go find it. Or actually, if one of you guys got pulled up, just go ahead and read it
I can
off.
read it. It is a 3-cost Mystic Ninja instant. So they gave the ninjas an instant here, which is pretty cool. But this is just like your Crouching Tiger pump, sort of. If you played another blue card this turn, choose 3. Otherwise, choose 1. So pretty easy to turn this on. You just have to play a blue card. This is a 3-cost though, so that turn will be kind of costly. By playing a blue and pitching a blue, you'll need 2. But it says create 2 Crouching Tigers in your hand. The other one is your Crouching Tigers get +1 this turn, and the other one is Transcend. The pump is really important there. I think all the Crouching Tigers start with 0 attack, right? Yeah. So you always have to find a way to pump them in the turns.
You kind of get the 3 back though, unless like obviously like Talishar isn't always right. But like in my testing, when I've transcended with cards, the chi goes to my hand to start.
Yeah. That's how it works. So, right. You're saying like when you play it and then transcend with it, you're the 3
like you're
that you
getting
paid into
3
it.
back. Yeah.
Yes, sure, for sure. Yeah, I always forget that actually. When evaluating these transcend cards, like you always have to keep that in mind. There's some extra value and you have to account the value you're getting by turning your chi abilities on, right?
Yeah.
So there's some hidden value with this card for sure, or all the cards that transcend. That is something that I maybe overlooked, Bailey. So it's a good point. Did we want to talk about any of these commons and rares? We talked about the chakras and stuff.
I mean, it's a lot of tiger stuff.
Yep. Go against
like
stuff,
no surprises there.
tiger.
Go against tigers.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot of combo for Zen, but
the
at least in
Harmony of
this
the
set,
Hunt seems
right?
like
I
a
think he's
terrible
gonna,
card. Do you guys read that card? It just does not seem good at all. It's a 3 power, 1 cost attack with go again, blocks for 2. When this attacks, if you've pitched a blue card this turn, create a Crouching Tiger in your hand.
It's a limited card.
Yeah, maybe.
Draft chaff.
Maybe. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe you. I don't know. Maybe you play this because like the ninja decks play 1 cost, like three attack go agains, right?
But like, how many
much do you
better
care about
1 cost
Crouching
3 attack
Tigers?
go against?
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like how many.
Like, what is this gonna replace?
Yeah. How much do you care about the Crouching Tigers, I guess? And if it's a lot, then maybe you play this, but this doesn't seem very good to me. Yeah. Oh, these other ones are like pumping your tigers. Yeah.
I think.
Wish we would have had a couple more
Moving on
cards
from-
revealed from him.
Yeah.
For
Well,
the
we got
Mystic
like all
Ninja
the
slot.
ninja cards too, like the regular
No, I know.
ninja
That's true.
cards.
That's true.
But
We'll get to those
before
in a
we
second.
get to that, like just because it's on the list next, like I'm not gonna go over all of the common equipment, but I want to touch on the keyword on the common equipment.
The cloaked.
The cloaked,
Yes. Yeah, we touched a little bit about it, but
yeah. I think
would
we
like to
talked
talk
about it a
that some more.
little bit earlier.
Yeah.
But like all of the common equipment in the set has cloaked. And wow, where was the one? There was like a ninja specific one. Where is it?
I don't see a ninja one. They're all mystic equipments. It
Unless
says.
they're just like
Oh, that's kind of cool. They all can use
using
them.
things up.
Oh, they have legs.
They
They have
do.
mystic ninja legs, but they do not have cloaked. Talking about the
No,
chest
those
piece that
aren't
has cloaked?
I might be.
Oh, this is the exactly 1 cards. I actually think these are terrible. I don't know. Well, it says cloaked while this is equipped face down. At the start of your turn, if you have exactly 1 life, you may turn this face up. And then it blocks for 3 with Blade Break. Like, that's kind of cool, I guess, but you probably have to take a bunch of life and, like, go down low. Well, I mean, of course you have to go down low, but I mean, you have to take damage you otherwise probably wouldn't have just to turn this on to block 3. Like, it just seems, I don't know. That go down to 1 thing is very weird to me.
On most of them, yeah.
It seems hard to do. Seems hard to get that. But yeah, I don't know. Cloaked seems like an incredibly like cool mechanic. I get huge trap vibes from it, like from Yu-Gi-Oh for sure.
You've triggered my trap card.
Kaiba. Yeah, these next few cards, well, one in particular, all seem pretty
The
fucking
next
crazy.
like 4 of those.
Oh yeah, they all 4 are actually pretty
Really
good.
insane.
Yep, for sure. Do you want to just read some of them, Bailey? Just go right in.
Yeah, let's just start with Attune with Cosmic Vibrations. It's a 0 cost mystic attack action. Attacks for 2, blocks for 2. When this attacks a hero or defends a hero's attack, reveal the top card of their deck. If it's blue, this gets +3/+3.
Yeah, here's another conditional blue block 5, right? We talked about them a little bit
Yeah.
earlier in the episode. They're giving
And this
these-
is just mystic.
Yep.
So all 3 of them get to play it. And like you said, conditional block 5.
Yep. And again, like the question is just like, you know, like what decks is this good against? It's, you know, the decks that have that 30 to 40 count blue, like Guardian, like Tecklo, like some of these dash decks. Well, Slapdash, right? They have a ton of blues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, all these Mystic heroes are going to have blues too. So this card is definitely playable, I think. A 0 cost attack 5 that also blocks for 5. Like,
Yeah.
seems.
Yeah, extremely situational, but like if you're playing into like blue heavy heroes,
Well, you have to think too. If
Like
you
you're-
pitch this, right, you're going to see it late game, and then they're going to see their blues late game too. So like,
yeah, that's also true.
this is probably just great. You know, after 2nd cycle or into the 3rd cycle, even like 3rd cycle, this card is just a fucking house.
Yep.
Not many decks get to 3rd cycle in today's day and age, but
Yeah, Enigma might.
yeah, Tecklo does sometimes. So, but I can't
Wait,
play.
I
this
just had a thought. What's the 1 card this round on me? It's a blue. Attacks coming into you have -1. Every hero draws a card.
Yep.
Isn't that card just like an insane Enigma card, or for most of these sets, for most of these heroes? Because playing that blue activates all their stuff. So they draw another card so that they can do more, and then stuff coming at them as -1.
Yeah, and the question is, do you care about if they like have an extra card in hand, to get over your ward? If you're giving them an extra card to then get over your ward, that might suck. But like maybe you have enough Spectra and shit out, or like enough auras where you just like don't care, because then they still have to like either deal with you or deal with your board or deal with you, right? So yeah,
Right.
I could see it.
I was kind of thinking about it for new though, because the extra card kind of sucks. But then if you lead with
I
the
thought you were
assassin pieces,
talking about like
I thought it was going to be really good for Enigma, but yeah, maybe not for the extra card. But for new, I might play test around with it.
Yeah, I guess.
Sorry for the interruption. I just had that thought.
No. Interrupt more.
Oh, you're
dude.
good.
Interrupt more. But like, yeah, I guess it depends on like how many of your cards are caring about playing the blue card before, right? So yeah. But dude, this next one, you guys see this next one? Holy fuck,
Wow.
dude.
Are you looking at Cosmic Awakening?
Yeah, man. Just go ahead and read that one, Bailey.
Yeah, so it's a 9-cost Mystic attack action, defense for 3, attacks for X. If 1 chi was pitched to play it, its power is 10. If 2 chi were pitched to play it, its power is 15. And if 3 chi were pitched to play it, its power is 20.
What the fuck? First of all, if like 10-year-old me was evaluating this card, I would look at that star on the bottom and think it was a god card. I used to think the stars were the best cards when I was, playing Magic and shit. But yeah, so base level, this is a 9 pitch 9 attack for 10, which is definitely not a good rate.
Like on its face, it looks insane, right? Like you see the 20 power and you're like, "Oh my god."
Mm-hmm.
But like you have to have 3 chi
It's kind of crazy
to play it for that.
I love that it's such a pipe dream, or it feels like one.
9 for 15 is better, but
still tough. That's a tough ask.
What more could you be doing with those extra 3 cards in your hand?
Mm-hmm. No, a lot of decks can do well. Actually, so it'd be like a 4-card 15. You'd need three blues.
Maybe Enigma. Maybe Enigma runs it as like a as like a closer.
Yeah. Most decks are doing more than 15 damage.
Right, just defend, chip away with your auras and everything, and then at the end of the game, just go 9 for 20.
Yeah, you have to pitch stack this, right? And you probably play like one.
Yeah,
you play just one, maybe, I think, and then you. Yeah, I don't know, man.
It's such a pipe dream, but like
I love that they all get to play it, right?
Yeah,
like that's kind of wild
make it
to
happen.
me.
Can you imagine fucking Zen?
Yeah, it's
And the ninja's just like, here's a 9 for 20. Whoops.
A card like this is like why people will build decks. They'll look at this and be like, I just want to do this. I want to like resolve this card and hit for 20. Just put all the transcend in the deck, but. Holy fuck.
I just want it for my like Towering Titan Bravo.
Yeah. All right. The next card we have is Levels of Enlightenment. It is a blue pitch 1-cost Mystic attack action. It says it attacks for 3, blocks for 3. When this attacks, choose 1 for each blue card you've pitched this turn. Draw a card. This gets +2, and this gets go again.
It's a little baby Enlighten Strike.
Yep.
Good.
I'm a big.
It's even got Enlighten still in the name. Like
I love this. I absolutely love this.
This card is great for new because you go dagger this for 5 go again draw a card.
Well, yeah. I guess you'd pick 2, right? And you just say draw a card, go again. Yep, for sure. No, I think they all probably play this card. I mean, I don't know. Maybe even Zen. Zen definitely
where's
plays
the
this,
extra
doesn't he?
pitch coming from, Ben?
I was just thinking that you'd have to attack reaction before that, so it'd be dagger, and then you'd have to pick 2 out of the 3.
That's still fine.
But even
You
still
get to
draw a card and go again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's perfectly fine.
Definitely worth it.
Yeah, I think that card's sweet. Seems underpowered, but like the perfect like level of underpowered. Not
There's a lot of like
underpowered,
conditional
I guess,
draw card in this set
yeah.
too.
Conditional,
Like,
I guess, is a better word.
yeah.
Next we have.
Speaking of conditional card draw,
Yeah. Here's another one. Unravel Aggression. Mystic Defense Reaction. Pitches for 3, costs 3. It is a 5 block. And it says, if Chi was pitched to play this, draw a card.
5 blocks are the new thing.
I like it.
Yeah, I love this.
Like, even like 3 pitch for 5 block is fine, in my opinion, especially in like the reaction step.
Mm-hmm.
And if you just happen to have the Chi to play it, like, it replaces itself.
Yeah.
I think card's fine.
Yeah. I think a lot of decks right now are not even playing like defense reactions, and I think maybe these, new and Enigma. I don't want to say Zen is going to slow the format down. I think Enigma is going to definitely slow the format down a bit, but not that it's like incredibly aggro right now or anything. I just think she's going to really care about blocking and being defensive, and the game is kind of lacking that archetype right now.
Fairly aggressive. Well, it's a lot of like mid-range right now.
It's a lot of value decks right now. People are just trying to get the maximum value out of their turn cycles and just doing the big math, big number decks, that's what these warrior decks are. KO does. KO also just doesn't have any like real bad matchups. I think that's like his big thing right now is like you can just sit down and kind of beat anyone with KO. It really sucks. I was thinking about the armory decks we were talking about, and one of our locals, Rick, is thinking about buying one, and he's like, isn't he gonna LL soon? He looked at the leaderboards. He's at 500.
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
And I was like, oh shit! I told him to buy one, and he didn't. And now I'm like, well, I don't know. Maybe you don't buy one. I don't know. You can play it for what a year at most, or maybe by the end of the year he LLs. Like that kind of sucks. I actually ran into that spot with Rick, and
he's on track to go quicker than Starvo.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Wow, that would be wild.
I think like there's a decent chance too, because what's a calling is 100, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Nats is 300. Like if he picks up US Nats, that's 800. Yeah. 900 off of a calling, and there's a lot of those coming up.
Yeah. Well. Speaking of calling, Kano got a couple 100 points. Yep. 1 calling and battle hardened. Good for us. It's huge for us. We need him to win a couple more majors, please.
No, absolutely. I completely
need him to
agree.
Get the fuck out of here. But yeah, you guys want to move on to? Did we? I cannot remember if we read this one.
I think we did the Orahan of Mystic Tenants.
I think so. I think a lot of these legendaries we did. These are all like the transcend
the
cards.
Yellow Illusionist Tome.
Yeah. Yep. So let's just skip all these. Oh, here we go. We can get into these assassin cards. Here's the bonds card I was talking about.
Oh, there's 2 bonds cards.
Dude, this thing is fucking wild. Bonds of Agony, assassin attack action. It is a 1 power 3 block, cost 0. Pitches for blue. Has the stealth keyword. Says if you've played or activated 3 or more attack reactions this chain link, this gets +3, and when this hits a hero, look at their hand and choose a card. Search their hand, deck, and graveyard, and banish up to 3 cards with the same name as the chosen card. They shuffle. This card is incredibly strong.
Yeah.
Like incredibly strong. You just take
Assassins didn't need this.
No, but and like the conditions to meet it are at first glance they look a little challenging with the 3 or more, but with these slithers and these fang strikes, I don't know if it's going to be that hard.
Yeah.
I really don't think it'll be that hard. And it also says when you activate one, so assassins are activating stuff. Don't they play flick knives and shit?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
they'll play flick knives. I don't think that's going to be a big part of a new deck.
Flick
I
knife?
honestly think, Yeah, because you'd have to have the stuff to recur your knives back into your slots,
They
right?
usually no. Usually the people that are running flick knives, they just get the value out of the one hit that like actually matters in the game, and they just don't attack with that. They just they just have the weapon be dead or be destroyed for the rest of the game, or at least that's what I've kind of seen in practice. Like they'll just like wait for the perfect time. You'll play your D-react or actually no. How does it usually go? There's a window for them to do it, and then like affect your blocks that you already had made or somehow. I forget exactly the window, but I know like some players will try to recur them. I don't think it's really worth it in the end though. I think flick knives is just wild because you always have to like respect it, and the threat of activation alone is like fucking
it's scary.
Yeah, and then a card like Bonds of Agony means like they just have one automatically on board at all times.
Yep.
Right. So they have to just do 2 then.
Well, and lose ability is a reaction.
Oh yeah, there you go. Fuck, dude. God, she's just got like 2 built-in ones right there. Like that's kind of scary.
Also consider that this card in Azuri is very usable.
Well,
because she just swaps this in the
Of
reaction,
course.
and then she can shred it or spike with blood rot it.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
I mean, I think reactions are going to be played a lot more than they usually have. I mean, if you just read
these assassins are
Nick,
going to be looking a lot like warriors.
Did you read Just a Nick?
Yeah, I did.
Absolutely disgusting.
Do you want to just read it right now?
That card is great.
So it's a 0 cost assassin attack reaction, red, 3 block. It has choose one or both. Target attack action card with 1 or less base gets +5. Target attack with stealth gets when this hits a hero, banish the top card of their deck.
So like, yeah, this with Bonds of Agony is just like, what? So good. It's so good. But it requires you to play 1 power stuff. So
well, it would also hit the persuasive prognosis too.
Yeah, read that one. What does that one do?
So that is a 1 power attack. That is a 0 cost 3 block blue pitch with stealth keyword. When this hits a hero, banish the top card of their deck. Then look at their hand and banish a card with the same color as the banished card. Whenever this banishes an action card, you have life. So this gives you 2 colors that you can grab from the person's deck, because that reaction adds that text on the persuasive.
Yeah. I don't know how an assassin player doesn't see these 3 cards and just start salivating, honestly.
Salivating at the last line.
They don't. Also, with just a Nick, it wouldn't get the power boost.
Wait,
but
why?
Could you hit
What do you mean?
For I'm talking about a different attack now. Infiltrate.
Oh.
If you hit the second option of just a Nick for infiltrate, would you get to play both those cards at banished?
No, I don't think so.
That's a good question. Judge.
Hey, can we get Nathan in the call quick?
Because if it does, then that is just dumb.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Yeah, definitely.
Here, while we can go through some more of these assassin cards first. Are there
a lot of stealth cards? They got a bunch of new stealth.
A lot of stealth. I know we're not quite at questions yet, but this one seems very relevant right now. Lord Snow asks, how good are assassins going to be now, and what kind of impact will they have?
Oh, I think they definitely get an upgrade.
I think they are getting a pretty massive power boost here.
The question
there's going to be a lot of assassin players, and there's going to be a lot of interactions where when they reveal the hero they're playing, a lot of people are going to...
Yeah, kind of do the groan thing.
Like, Azuri very much so gets a power boost out of this just from the stealth cards alone. Like, she finally gets new stealth cards, because, I mean, there was not many to start with.
Yep.
And granted, I've never played Azuri, so I don't know like how many more stealth cards they want, if any. But like,
Azuri plays these for sure, or at least the
these
Majestics, 100%. Maybe even some of these
replace things. Yeah.
But to answer the question of how much or like how much better they get, I mean, I don't know. I think new is going to be very strong. Obviously, I think it helps that like Dromai just exited the format. That really gave Azuri a bump, and Arachne, to be fair.
Yeah.
Arachne plays just a different game plan, I think, than the other two assassins.
Like I think Azuri for sure runs double trouble.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good card. Top 2 cards. This seems kind of like an Arachne card too, maybe like because Arachne does have the react.
Card down before it, and then you buff this to get the extra banish effect to get the most silver from the first card you played.
I just think
it's an option if you're in silver creation.
Yeah, the extra +2 it gets
silver creation, just the extra banishes too.
Yes, I think the extra banishes are what's important because like you can really put people in a spot where like you get rid of fucking 10 or 15 of their cards, and then like these cards that have the extra banish, or when you activate your mask and recur your mask, like that's when it can get hairy, when you can get those extra banishes on cards. And double trouble feels good. Like it gets the +2 going up to 5 naturally, and then you probably have 2 pumps for who knows, a shred and maybe a cut to the chase or whatever you play, right? Like
yeah.
Cut to the chase wouldn't hit the stealth card.
Isn't cut to the chase just assassin card?
Contract.
Ooh, really? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so maybe
only a
right, yeah.
Card.
I forget Arachne plays contracts or cares about contracts. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't play this, but
yeah, that's me and Carter were discussing it a bit. There's some stuff that Arachne likes in the set that he could probably use for stealth.
Yeah.
But by and large, there is 2 distinct fears of assassin playstyles with contract and stealth. And what kind of annoys me is a lot of the new stealth cards get the on-hit bonus for banishing something and getting effect from it.
Mm-hmm.
So why couldn't they just try to tie in contract a little bit more, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's because New's ability is caring about stealth. I think that's kind of the only like real reason there, you know? So they kind of had to make the stealth mechanic, important one.
So give us a Majestic that has both stealth and contract.
You still run those contract cards in her, I feel like, potentially.
Yeah, you'll run the surgical and you'll run the leave no witness. You're also going to run codex. That's just a given.
Yeah, for sure.
I think one of the other assassin cards to note is picked pieces. It's one of the commons. The red's a 0 for 3, 3 block. It's got stealth, and then if you've played or activated an attack reaction this chain link, it gets +1, and damage that would be dealt by it can't be prevented.
Oh,
yeah, but
okay.
Malign,
it's more of that sneaky like Murkmire grapnel tech. Like,
wouldn't it be like
Malign is already a stealth that's a 0 for 3 red that just has can't be prevented on it.
Are you even playing the red, or are you just playing the blue one?
Honestly, you probably just play the blue one for new. I don't know about Azuri.
This just gives you another form of that, though. You know, so I don't know. That unpreventable. We were kind of debating that unpreventable damage in the Discord today about like how much of a detriment it will be for Enigma, and like ultimately,
it's actually because of that conversation I bought Van Braces of Determination.
That's hilarious, dude.
Because I'm figuring in the new list, right?
Yeah.
If you're an Enigma, you just slot those in, and it's an attack reaction, so it would trigger the stuff that cares about attack reactions. And if you're leaking already a little bit through, and they perfectly covered it with a ward, you just mitigate that by 1. They have to pop one of their other wards to do it, and you can do that once per turn.
Is that how that works?
Yeah.
I'll have to. Oh, okay.
The next ward effect or the next prevention effect that would prevent damage prevents 1 less of that damage.
Huh.
So if you're coming in for 7 and they 3-block it,
this set. Okay.
It's gone up already.
Yeah,
it's gone up.
It.
Me and Wes checked.
Hell yeah!
I got the colds.
So yeah, that's gonna be my sneaky tech into Enigma for assassins.
Hell yeah. No, but like ultimately, I think having bad matchups or having effects like that, you know, kind of.
Yeah, this was like a huge conversation.
Oh my goodness, yeah, it's not a bad thing, you know. Like auto losses suck. There's very few auto losses in this game historically. There are some, like Oldham into Prism.
Yeah.
But, or honestly, Tecklo into Kano feels like an auto loss. But I don't even think unpreventable damage blowing up your board is like an auto loss for Enigma. I think she can still just
No,
like,
I don't think so.
like reestablish pretty quickly, or she maybe even has like some stuff packing in her sideboard where she plays a more of a streamlined kind of like less of a ward plan, and she goes with big phantasm attack plan. Like there are ways and cards to mitigate those bad matchups, right? Like that's what the sideboard's used for, I think. And yeah, there's going to be a lot of, like you said, the Murkmire Grapnel. I mean, geez.
Yeah.
That's like great for Azalea right now, right? You just slap Dominate
Oh,
on that
yeah.
thing and bye-bye to everything. All your angels, all your everything. That's
Huge.
great. But like, there's nothing wrong with that, right?
No.
You have a couple of those silver bullets.
No, and the few times that I have played it against like a Prism, like they've just been able to establish their board again pretty quickly. Like I imagine New will kind of be the same with just reestablishing her ward auras.
Yeah.
Um,
Or they
so,
just like block it with the soul shield and like something else. Right?
Yeah.
Like
yeah. Well, Prism with the Soul Shield, yeah, but I mean, Enigma's
right.
got that like block 5D react now,
mhm.
which does cover it even through like Dominate. So like she has answers to them too.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Did we ever talk about the scroll, by the way? It's just like a baby Luminaris kind of.
Yeah.
I don't know if we did, but
All the weapons got spoiled in the Blitz decks, and I think last episode when we were recording they dropped. But it was sort of towards the end of the episode, so we kind of didn't touch on them. But the scroll is basically just baby Luminaris.
Yes. So it's Cosmos, Scroll of Ancestral Tapestry. During your turn, auras you control with ward are weapons with base power equal to their ward, and once per turn action, one resource attack, and then your aura attacks with one or more +1 counters get go again.
Boys, I just thought of a problem based off the reading of that card. I'm going to read you guys one of the other spoiled cards. Prismatic Leyline. 0 cost, 3 block, yellow pitch. Your next red attack this turn gets +1. Your next yellow gets +2. Your next blue gets +3. Go again. So if you've got like a red, yellow, and blue ward out, you're getting +6 off of this one card. Because it specifies attack, not attack action card.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I also think Rangers might like that card just to buff up some of the blue arrows, if that's what they got, but...
Well, I mean, Azalea, probably not, but...
But yeah, I think Prismatic Leyline matched with that scroll could be a bit of a problem. Because the big auras are the blue ones that she has that can get up to the like Ward X or Ward 6, right?
Yeah.
So you just give those another +3? Unreal.
I don't know. That card seemed kind of like weird to me. You have to like play all colors in the combat chain to like make it good, but
Maybe
even if it's just a +3 to the blue, dude, that's not bad at all.
yeah, the +3 to blue is like I think why it's in the set, because a lot of decks are caring about blues right now, right? So it's like
I think this
it's like a
whole set is
block
based off
block
of,
3 pitch yellow or yellow pitch that kind of is utilized for that 3 pump on the reds probably. But dude, this next card, you guys, you see this fucking card? 10,000 year reunion.
Yeah, that one's dumb.
God, illusionist action aura blocks for 3, so I think you can probably like safely play more than one of these, just because you can block with them. I don't know, maybe in the right ward plan. But you may remove 3 +1 attack counters from among auras you control rather than pay this card's cost. It is an 8 cost, by the way, and it has ward 10. So. God, there's like a lot of big numbers in this set, right? That attack for 20,
Yeah.
ward 10. We got blue block 5s.
Yeah. This I see this as 100% being more defensive than anything.
Yeah, of course.
Like obviously, like you see the Ward 10, and you like, but like unlike the like Mystic auras, like it's not at instant speed. So like even if you remove 3/1/1 counters from something, I made the same fucking mistake. Even if you remove like 3/1 +1 power counters from your auras, like it's still not attacking the same turn.
Yeah, right. No, I think the Ward 10 though is like you just have to protect that.
But
right?
the Ward 10 on its own, like you either protect it or
Yeah.
it's
Then it's just
like, late.
it's just a pay
Yeah.
1 attack for 10. Like that's kind of crazy, right? That's a little busted.
yeah.
I mean, yeah. I initially saw this card and was like, man, Enigma's going to seriously be a problem. Like all her little wards are hard enough, but then you throw this type of shit in the mix, it's like, wow. Yeah, that unpreventable might be huge. Might be key here.
Yeah.
Next we have Illusionist. It's a Rage Spectre. It's an Illusionist action aura, blocks for 3. It's a 2 cost. When this enters the arena, if you control no other Illusionist auras, gain an action point. So that's actually huge with this card. And it says during your turn, this has Ward 6. Otherwise, it has Ward 1. I think they all play this card, right?
Yeah.
And 3 of them because of the go again.
Yeah.
Because like you want the turns where you're establishing 2 auras. So like turn 0 in a game, like you draw this and like a shimmers and you're cooking, right? You get to play this, play the shimmers. Yeah, like any auras that have go again, any permanents that have go again are always very strong. So, and this also is just like anti-Kano tech, right? Because Ether Wildfire can only be played on your turn to pump, and then this has Ward 6 on your turn. So like, does Kano just absolutely hate Enigma?
Yes, absolutely, 100%.
Like, does
you
Kano
want to
just
talk about auto losses with Enigma?
Does Kano
is
just-
probably
yeah.
just hosed.
Oh man, he's gonna be here forever because now everyone's gonna stop playing him. Fuck.
Yeah, that's just a wall that he's not going to be able to get across.
Jeez, dude. All right, someone want to get this next one? But yeah, so next we have Restless Coalescence. This is an Illusionist instant aura. Another one. This is a 0 cost. Very nice. This is a yellow pitch. When this enters the arena, move any number of 1/1 counters from auras you control onto this. Once per turn instant, remove a +1 counter from this, create a Spectral Shield token, and it also has Ward 2. This card just feels great. Does a lot of things that you want to be doing. Yeah, just good card, I think. Not much to really say. Just all around seems like a solid thing you want to be, card you want to have access to in Enigma.
Yep.
The art's pretty dope, too. She's sitting with, like, a spectral cat. Like fucking Alice in Wonderland or something. This is cool.
I like it.
Yeah, it's dope. Did you guys see these, like, the essence of ancestry, body and soul and mind? How they, like, the art is the color of the pitch?
Yeah, dude.
So dope. Love those.
It's pretty sick.
I just absolutely love how they did that. They're just
They always kill it with the art.
yeah. They're 0 cost ward auras, but a lot of these cards in here are just ward auras. So the Vengeful Apparition seems like a really strong card. Yeah, just lets you play the shit as an instant, right? So you can like double up the auras.
Just huge.
Yeah,
All
I mean,
good.
the doubling up auras is so strong in this game. We all know that from OG Prism. So, let's see. The next we have some Ninja cards, boys. I hope Dylan is hyped about Ninja. Been trying to get him off Katsu for years. Just trying to have him try something new.
He'll get hyped about the ninja, but he's gonna stay on Katsu.
Yeah, we were joking about that. Just giving him some shit. He's like, I'm just gonna bring Kitty Cat Katsu. I'm like, yeah, fuck.
Huh.
No, don't do this to me. But yeah, honestly though, Katsu's getting close to LLing, so I don't blame him for wanting to play some Katsu. Honestly, like,
Yeah, actually.
yeah, he's at like 6 or 7.
I think he's at 7.
I thought he was at way less when I was giving Dylan shit, and I was like, yeah, he's probably right. Like,
He's at 646.
okay, so yeah, he's right there. He'll be gone within a year or two. But yeah, let's get into these M's. We have Chase the Tail. 1 cost, attack action, attacks for 4, blocks for 3, has combo. When this attacks, if Crouching Tiger was the last attack this combat chain, this gets go again, and the next Crouching Tiger you play this combat chain gets +3. So yeah, if you have the crouch, well, you need 2 really to make this card really good, because you need the one to play before it and the one to play after it. But this is just a 1 for 7, so yeah, seems crazy. That's like KO numbers, kind of. Seems good. Seems like an auto include in Zen, right? We were wondering about some of the reds, and yeah, this is strong. Next we have Maul. Josh, you want to read that one?
Absolutely. It's a 0 cost yellow pitch, 3 block attack reaction. Choose one or both. Target attack action card with 1 or less base gets +3, and then target Crouching Tiger gets when this hits. Create 2 Crouching Tigers in your banner zone. You may play them this turn. Pretty good.
Yes.
What the hell?
Tanner was like, "Oh shit, this is a Benji card," and it definitely is. This is great because with Benji, they just like can't block, so you move to reactions and then bang, you play this and you pump up the whatever it is you attacked with, you know. But yeah, I mean, also Zen,
and then I unmovable from Arsenal.
Red unmovable.
Sorry, just doing things over here.
He fucking red unmovable. Their one power attack. It's incredible.
No, you just do it after they play this in the reaction step.
No, right. I know. It would just be funny. Yeah, Zen plays this for sure, though, too. Right? I think maybe. I think Zen plays
probably.
This? I think he plays all these,
like,
really.
More Crouching Tigers for him.
The art on this next one is fucking nuts, dude. Oh my
I'd say it's
god.
Territorial domain.
Yeah, territorial domain. This is a blue cost ninja defense reaction. Blocks for 2, cost 0. This art is probably one of the best arts in this set, in my opinion. It's got that buff looking ninja aesthetic instead of the nimble kind of frail looking ones.
Aesthetically pleasing one.
Oh, dude! And then the eyes in the background with the creatures in the hiding in the jungle. It's fucking dope. It says while this is defending, if you've created a Crouching Tiger this turn, this gets +3. So here we have again a blue pitch block 5 that is conditional. So if there's ways to make Crouching Tigers on your opponent's turn, this becomes very strong. We have a few ways in the game right now with the ambush cards from.
Yeah.
I think that's the only one, isn't it?
Maybe. I think you create a Crouching Tiger off Zen, don't you? That's an instant.
Yeah, you do.
That's an instant, I think.
Forget that his ability is an instant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got a couple reprints in Key Unleashed and Flex Claws. And Pouncing Key is also a reprint.
Yep.
Yeah. New combo line. It's just caring about Crouching Tiger. It's not a line, I guess, but the Chase the Tail and this Breed Anger card cares about attacking with Crouching Tigers. Breed Anger is just a 1 cost 4 go again if you attack with Crouching Tiger. Seems good. Seems solid. Not really much to say about the ninja cards, though. The M's seem good. These other ones are kind of... Yeah, I don't know. We already had most of them, so it's hard to say.
Yeah.
Ooh, you guys want to talk about this fucking legendary glove? The Thanos Gauntlet?
Yeah, dude.
Stonewall Gauntlet, it's called. It says when this defends an attack with power greater than its base opposing attack, gets -1 attack. This combat chain, and it has blocks for 1. It has Blade Break. So yeah, this seems pretty good. The problem, though, is opponents will probably just close the chain to not get that extra value, or not let you get that extra value, right? Because it says opposing attacks get -1 this combat chain.
But ninjas really care about individual chains for their combo.
Absolutely. Some decks really, really care. They don't necessarily want to be closing the chain, you know? So, Yeah. Next we have Rowdy Locals. This was a good card. I think this is funny. It's a blue pitch, 0 cost, attack action, attacks for 2, blocks for 3. If this is defended by an action card, this gets +2 attack. And when this hits a hero, discard a card. If you do, they discard a card. I don't know how playable this card is, but I think it's funny. I love the art and like the flavor of it. It's pretty cool. I think that's pretty much it. There's one more M. Do you see that one, Bailey? You want to read that?
Which one is it?
The weakest link.
Oh yeah, there it is.
It's our
The weakest link.
2 cost, 6 power.
It's
3
our
block. CNC.
CNC of the set.
Yeah.
2 cost, 6 power. Whenever it hits a hero, look at their hand and choose a card without base defense. If you do, they discard it and you draw a card. Fuck you, KO.
Dude, there's a lot, man. There's
Really good into KO, really good into Prism,
Yeah,
and
man.
Enigma, really good into Mechanologists who do item things.
very cool. I think this card is like a mainstay in the game. Depending on the
Oh yeah,
meta.
that card's you're gonna see that card.
You can
pop
really
up.
target certain decks with this, right? Like if you have a local meta that has a bunch
Oh,
of dashes
yeah.
or, a bunch of prisms, like you said, or whatever, you just use this popper. Like I love it. I love this. I think it's great. Yeah, one of the better like statted cards in the game or in the set, I think maybe, like with the potential of hosing some decks. But yeah, I think that about does it, boys, for our little set review here. You guys want to get into some questions?
Let's do it.
Okay, we got a couple questions this week. Dylan's just shooting from the hip right off the bat here. What he says, why didn't Bailey ever wear his BDE shirt? And then he says,
Hey,
let
man.
alone his legend shirt. Is he not turtly enough for the Turtle Club?
I don't have a legend shirt.
Oh, that's criminal, dude. It's terrible.
I have the BDE shirt.
We gotta get some legend shirts for everyone. Also, I was thinking, boys, we should offer a sponsorship for anyone that wants to wear our shirts for Nats. I don't know, maybe if we give product or even a little $10 certificate or something, but give them a couple shirts and require them to, rep the set.
Why not?
Could, yeah.
Yeah, could be a good idea. Let us know if you'd be interested in being sponsored by BDE for Nats. Let us know. We'll send you some shirts and buy you some shit or something. I don't know.
Or hey, Dragon Shield, if you're listening and you want to sponsor BDE.
I was thinking like we were gonna give some shirts away, and we should, see if anyone's
Let's
interested.
flip the shirt here too.
And next we
But no,
have
that'd be interesting.
Our next question is from Alex Ribs. Shout out Alex. What's up, dude? With all the spoilers showing up this weekend, which of the 3 Mystic heroes you think would be the most challenging matchup for each of your main heroes? Great question here.
For Azalea, new. I
Yeah.
hate getting my cards banished.
Yeah, I could see that. I would think Enigma isn't like your friend either.
Probably.
You do have
not.
tools. You do have tools with
I have
Murkmire.
tools, but it all depends on how consistent Enigma can be between like attacking and then defending on her turn.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah, for sure.
If it's like the OG kind of aura game plan, that was like a historically bad matchup for Azalea.
Yeah.
But like we also had way less tools back then.
Yeah, for sure. Of the 3 heroes, I think Tecklo is good actually into new. I don't think I'm good into Zen, and probably heavily unfavored into Enigma, I would imagine. So yeah, I would probably say Enigma for that one. What do you guys think?
For me, Enigma.
Yeah, you just don't push enough damage with Dory.
No.
That would suck. God, everyone's gonna hate playing against Enigma.
Yep.
What about you, Cliff?
So if I go with who I as my main for who I played at PQ Reinar, I'd probably have to say the one that'd be the most struggle would be New, just because she has so many tools to influence my hand structure.
Yeah. I can see it.
Enigma, I feel like with Reinar, if I can just keep the Intimidate and keep slamming like 8, forcing her to pop everything, I can keep her board state clear and still leak a little bit. If I can just rinse and repeat that, I think I can overcome it. But I think that one's closer to 50-50. Because she's not going to have the phantasm that I can capitalize on for Prism.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, she'll probably have some number, but not as much.
The ward's going to be an absolute bitch for me.
Yeah.
But if I go with Riptide, honestly,
the pings might be annoying.
Would probably be the strangest one. I think the Riptide matchup realized can pop Oliver Ward. I think I'm probably okay into that. It's just how much can I throw back before she gets the board down and I have to pop him with trap again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see it. Next question is from Holy Artist. It says, of the 3 hero-specific legendary equipment, which do you think is the best? I think it's the chess piece, hands down.
Ninja.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Best looking one and probably the most powerful.
Just best one.
Yeah, best one. Last question, then we'll wrap it up. The Bald Wonder asks, when you aren't able to meet up with people and Talishar isn't as personable as you would like, how do you get the motivation and ideas to work on decks or practice, in parentheses? It says, I struggle with testing and building without having people in person to talk with and or play games to test. Talishar just doesn't feel as good as battling it out in person. Sorry for the long-winded question. No, I think this is a good question because if you don't have like a goal you're working towards, it can be hard to find the time or motivation to like test for it. But I think cards are like a lot like sports in that if you don't put the time in practice, like you just won't see the results you really are looking for. You know, it is a bit of a like a meritocracy, I guess, if you will. Like you know, you're judged on your results and based on your performances at these like competitive events. So if you're trying to be better at that, you have to force yourself to practice and find the time. If you're just messing around and deck building, that's different. So I would say it's kind of all about what your goals are for the deck building or for the testing, right? But yeah, it can be tough. It can be tough to find the motivation.
It's a whole lot easier for me to find the motivation to like build a deck versus like test it. Like, I don't know.
I can see that. Building is fun. Testing is like the hard part. It's like the grind, right?
I have so many decks built that have just like never seen the light of day because I haven't like been able to test them or like had the time to.
I will say the only reason I top 8'd the amount of ProQuest this season with that deck was the reps. It was, I mean, hands down, it was the amount of reps I put into it and the time and effort I put into the deck. So yeah, if you're not putting that time in, you're just not going to see the results you want.
Practice.
Yeah, practice makes perfect, man. But it is hard to find the motivation. Like I said, I think it initially depends on kind of what your goal is. If you want to be a better player and top these events, then you need to practice more. But yeah. Should we get the fuck out of here, boys? It's been a long one. Holy shit.
It has been a very long one.
Holy shit.
Well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate you giving us a listen on this long episode if you've made it this far.
Hell yeah.
But we will have Ty's deck list in the show notes, and then we will also have the Discord. So join there, chat with us, send in questions, and we appreciate your guys' listening and following. But why don't we go and say peace?
See ya.
Until next time.
As always, it's a pleasure.
Peace out.